It says connected to chat. We might be straight. If y'all bros can hear us, Babu Pashak, send a comment.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Should be straight then.
Be straight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna set up the battery too.
Shalom. Okay, cool.
Well, you got your umbrella with you?
Yeah, I got one in my book bag.
I was gonna say it might be best.
My phone's water resistant, so.
It is?
Yeah. I mean, it's got a crack in it, but that shit should be straight.
I was gonna say if you want to, you can hold the umbrella underneath the cameras to stand back.
I done put it in the pool and everything, so
Okay.
it should be straight, yeah.
Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. Bring it a little bit closer. Slaki brothers, we just, kind of getting set up a little bit. All right. Shalom to you, Akim, and Aqua that could be listening as well. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Makapudash.
double honors to the apostles and notice of great millstone that taught us the truth and much peace, love, and salutations to the elect. Hey, that's out here pushing the word with all truth and sincerity. We're at another location today. As Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai allows us to continue to move and to continue preaching His word. All right, and call Allah Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, we're able to still come out, and do His work. Of course, we have to follow by Esau's guidelines, and now here it is. You got to start tomorrow, particularly here in Dallas. You have to wear a mask, all right, anytime that you go outside. And it's just Esau passing more draconian laws, all right? As a matter of fact, could you grab? You can get Daniel, but get Revelation 13, and like verse, I think it's like 11 maybe. Talks about he had two horns like a lamb that spake of the dragon.
Oh, yeah. This is 13.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns.
He had two horns, and two horns represents the two parties. All right, the main parties that you have here in America, you have the Democratic, and then you have the Republican. All right, back in the ancient world of Rome, you had the plebeians, and you had the patricians. All right, everything is reincarnated. It's just set in a different limelight. It's just different wording, I'd rather say, but it's all the same thing. So read that again.
Revelation 13 and 11.
Because America is just nothing more than just an extension of the Roman Empire. All right, this is the Roman Empire back again.
Salaki.
Slaki, Slaki. Yeah, we can reread that.
Revelation 13 and 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right, he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And a lamb is a meek and humble animal. All right, so you have the so-called white man. You have Esau with his politics and his different political parties saying, here it is. We're doing this to help everybody out. We want to fight the spread of the coronavirus. Let's fight the spread of the disease. We got to practice social distancing so that nobody else can get sick. When this is really an ulterior motive for him to become a bigger devil, man. As it tells you in Sirach the 12th chapter, what? Never trust your enemy. I hold it. It says to never trust your enemy.
Yeah, like it's iron rusted,
Right. As iron rusted, so is his wickedness, man. And when you get that word dragon in the Greek, that word is dracon, all right, which goes back to draconian law. And when you look up draconian law, all right, it goes back to a man by the name of Draco. All right, and Draco, when he was on the scene, he passed very, very harsh and very, very strict, severe laws in Greece. Okay, and the Greek, the Edomite is back today, doing the same thing that his forefathers was doing back then, man. You know, all he's really doing is just building up a report, all right, to really come against Jake, man. Okay, you got the mark of the beast, which is the microchip being heavily pushed even more. You know, all these things is happening, man, and now you got people in the mainstream media talking more and more about the microchip, man. Yeah, what's that nigga's name? Willie D. Talking about the chip.
What them haters talking about?
Yeah, you got him talking about the chip, which that's the same guy that questioned the Most High as to why Kobe Bryant. You know, now he talking about the chip. You know, you got people amongst the black unconsciousness community talking about the chip. You know, you got the chip is what's popping right now, man. That's the main buzzword going on right now, and that's the mark of the beast, man. And we've been warning y'all that this is the mark of the beast. It's not no damn weapon. All right, it's not a rifle. As you got some people out here ISUPK claiming, man. No, the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, man. Go ahead.
Continuing on, it says in the middle of verse 11, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him.
He exercises all the power of the first beast before him. And him exercising that power of the first beast is exercising the power of the Roman Empire. Because this system as we know it, which is operated and spearheaded by America, all right, but it's also ran by the EU and NATO. You got the EU, which is the financial sector in Europe, and then you got NATO, which is pretty much the warhead, if you will, or the hammer that goes throughout the whole planet Earth, pushing forth this democracy and it's Roman Empire ways, man. See, and America is the spearhead of this system, man. Read that again. I want to get that word exercise.
It says in verse 12, and he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him.
All right, so that's verse exerciser.
Yeah.
All right. This Revelation 13, verse 12. That word exerciseth in the Greek, all right, is that word in the Greek is poeo. That word exerciseth in the Greek is poeo, and that word means, get it real quick. It says, hold on, Salaki. All right. Okay. That word exercise means, it says to make one do a thing, right? To make one do a thing or become something, to cause one to do something. So read that one more time.
It says, and he exerciseth.
He exercises, he makes one to do something. Go ahead.
All the power of the first beast before him.
All the power of the first beast before him, which we broke down as the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
To worship the first beast, because the Roman Empire in its ways is back here and reincarnated in America, man, and throughout different places on the planet Earth. You see? But how do people worship the first beast? They worship the first beast by following after his customs and his ways, man.
Yeah.
Taking forth of his so-called democracy, you know, going into the gladiatorial games, devaluing the dollar, the bread and circuses, you know. It exercises the power of the first beast, man. Go ahead.
It says, whose deadly wound was healed.
Whose deadly wound was healed. You see, the deadly wound of the Roman Empire was healed by way of America coming on the scene, man.
Right.
Go ahead. And the Roman Empire was ran by the Edomites, man. The so-called white man. Go ahead.
Con, I got a precept too.
Con, go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 20 and 2. It says, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
And bound him 1,000 years. That's going into when the Edomites were bound 1,000 years in captivity underneath the Jakes. in the Byzantine Empire, man. And then you had the Dark Ages,
Yep.
which lasted roughly around 1,000 years, man. When you give or take a couple years,
Yeah.
you know. But that lines up with biblical prophecy, man. And then that's why they call it the Dark Ages. They call it the Dark Ages is because they tell you at that time music was at an all-time low.
Right. Writing literature.
Yeah, writing literature was low. Nothing was taking place. Things wasn't really happening.
Right.
No, it's called the Dark Ages because you had Jake ruling in Central Europe, in Germany, Spain, Turkey. You had Constantinople or Constantine, as a lot of people know, Constantine was a Jake. You know, I want to say Constantine was the beginning or the head, if you will, of the so-called Holy Roman Empire, which came about at what 325 AD,
Yeah.
give or take.
Yeah. Well, Constantinople, that's what is known as the city of Istanbul today, which is located in the hey, it's good for right now. Yeah, because it's not a lot of brothers, but Constantinople is a city in Turkey, also known as Istanbul. So that was really after the Roman Empire really had finished falling all the way, even the Holy Roman Empire, and then that was when the hub of the earth was transitioned to that area, you know. And so from that period on, like the brother said, about 325 AD to around the 14th century during the Renaissance was that 1,000 time period where that beast had that deadly wound. Now we're seeing the resuscitation of that wound that's been healed. You know, that's why I brought this out.
Actually, you can keep going on that.
Yeah. Verse 3. It says, "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more."
Read that one more time, Celeste.
Revelation 20:3. "And cast him into the bottomless pit."
Cast him into that bottomless pit. It's talking about in Europe, man.
Yep.
When you had them Edomites, that was in a very, very low state, man. All right, they didn't know how to bathe themselves. They were in captivity. We had them in slavery, man. But you don't have Esau talking about that history in school. You know, you don't have them talking about that in the public school system. Esau goes over all his history: the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, Daniel Boone, you know, Davy Crocker, all these guys, man. They don't go into how Jake ruled in the Dark Ages, man. When we were, you know, at a point. Now we were still at that point going off, you know, worshiping other gods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, at that time, that's when he was cast down for 1,000 years, man. Go ahead.
It says, "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him."
Set a seal upon him. Go ahead.
"That he should deceive the nations no more."
That he should deceive the nations no more. Go ahead.
"Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled."
Till the 1,000 years be fulfilled. And what happened within that 1,000-year period? Around the time of around maybe 1325 to 1350. That's when you had the Borgia family come on the scene. All right. There was another family, not the Borgias, but the it's slipping my mind. They actually had a movie series. They had a TV series on TV about them. Not the Borgias.
Oh, okay.
Another one.
Yeah.
It's slipping my mind. I can't think of the name. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? It's at the tip of my tongue. I can't remember the name. But pretty much you had them come on the scene, all right, and start deceiving the whole nation. And then you had Pope Alexander VI paint the image of his son as the savior, man, which really goes back to Serapis Christmas, man. Okay, which Jesus Christ, as we know him today, as we see him today, as the church sees him today, I'd rather say the Christianity, quote unquote, they seeing this guy, which really goes back to this man, man. But this image goes back even further. You see, it goes back even further. It goes back to Apis the bull, man. You know, and they started deceiving the whole world, man. You have the Rothschilds and these different high-level banking families that go back to the Borgia family, man. You know, the Medici family. That's what it was. Oh yeah. Because you really had the Borgia family get linked up with the Medici family first. Go ahead.
God.
So when you see Jesus Christ, man, you seeing this guy, that's a false idol, man.
Yep.
And accepting that image is not the mark of the beast.
Right.
If that's the case, we all would have had the mark of the beast.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled,
Uh-huh.
and after that he must be loosed a little season.
Right, and we're in that little season right now. All right, in that 1,000 years when he got loose, he went throughout the whole planet Earth and pretty much wrecked shop, man. He went over here, repainted the images of everybody, painted them as himself, lied and said that he was the true chosen people. Went over there with the Ottoman Turks to our land and established the land of Israel as if he was a Jew. The Jewish people, as they say, the state of Israel. All goes back to Esau deceiving and lying, man. The Khazar Empire, you know? That's what it stems back to, man. Esau just lying throughout the whole planet Earth, man. You know? And that little season is getting ready to be done. And we see his kingdom crumbling and falling, man. And it's beautiful. You got a point?
Man, that's the reason why all these people are so bugged out, man, because the wicked are in rulership, man. You know? And these people are mourning in spirit because the self-proclaimed white man, ever since the time that we're reading about, the Renaissance, he's been in power, man. But it says it's for a little season, which means that this is a small period of time, and once it's passed, it's going to look like a couple minutes. So I want to go back to that in Revelation 13.
Actually, real quick, hold that and grab that real quick. Because he mentioned a little season, right?
Oh, yeah.
Daniel chapter 2, start like verse 40.
This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 40. It says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things,
Right?
and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise."
Right, that fourth kingdom is talking about that fourth kingdom is talking about the Roman Empire. Read that one more time.
God, Daniel chapter 2, verse 40. "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things."
I'm
And
sorry,
as-
one more time, bro. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
God. Yeah, Daniel chapter 2, verse 40, it says, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron."
The fourth kingdom is talking about the Roman Empire being strong as iron. Go ahead.
For as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things.
Because when the Roman Empire came on the scene, the Roman Empire was a vicious military, man, and it went throughout the whole known world, subduing all the different kingdoms. That's why the Roman Empire was so vast, man, and it was known as it having iron teeth. All right, in America, when you look at America, America's empire is vast, man, and it has vassal states, just like the Roman Empire had vassal states. Okay, it's all the same concept. Go ahead.
For as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Shall it break in pieces and bruise, man? Because when the Roman Empire came on the scene, like I mentioned earlier, it subdued all the different nations, man. No nation of people could stand to the Roman Empire at that time. Go ahead. And it talks about that in the book of Maccabees, man. Go ahead.
Verse 41. "And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron."
That feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, is going into what? It's going into this system as we know it today. It's not just America. Okay? It's going into America, NATO, and the EU. Okay, this Roman Empire being revised today again. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 7. "And this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast," which that fourth beast talking about the Roman Empire, "dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stampeth the residue with the feet of it."
Right, and Daniel 2 and Daniel 7 are synonymous chapters. They're different visions. One was a statue and one was a beast. but it was the same thing. It was just different similitudes, or different symbolism, I'd rather say. Go ahead.
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
And what made the Roman Empire diverse from all the beasts before it? All the different kingdoms. You had the head of gold, which was the Babylonian Empire. You had the breastplate of silver, which was the Medo-Persian Empire. You had the loins and the thighs of brass, which was the Grecian Empire. And then you had the legs of iron, all right, which was what? The Roman Empire. But read that part again.
And it stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
What made the Roman Empire diverse from all the beasts that was before it is the fact that all the three empires that you see here, all right, the three empires that you see here, or I'm sorry, well, yeah, the three empires that you see here, they had kings. All right, you had a king that would rule over the Babylonian Empire. You had Nebuchadnezzar. And then you had kings, and then their sons would reign, and then their sons' sons would reign. You see? Now, when the Roman Empire came, you had Caesars, all right, you had rulers, but they were set up by the Senate when the Roman Empire was on the scene. The first Roman Empire, the first Roman emperor, I'd rather say, was Augustus Caesar, Octavian. You see, but he was appointed by a Senate, just like today. Just like today, you got the president of the United States, right, which is the leader, if you will, but they're voted in by an electoral college, so-called. You see what I'm saying? So that's what made the fourth Roman Empire diverse than all the rest of the beasts. And then also to the military strength too. You know? Go ahead.
And it had 10 horns. If I could also make that point, you know, that goes into what that brother brought out too about the deadly wound being healed. You know, back then you had that beast too. You know, you had the Roman Empire being that beast. And then, you know, if the Roman Empire eventually fell, and then it came back being that deadly wound being healed, and it came back being as what you see today in America.
And in Europe, and in different parts of Europe, you know, it's added on to the brother's point. Same thing, you had different vassal states that were in league with the Roman Empire, man. And you had vassal states that are in league with the American Empire. Like France, England, the UK, you know what I'm saying? These different European nations, man. Like back then you had the Vandals, the Anglos, the Ostrogoths, the Goths, the Franks, the Visigoths, you know, all the same thing. But now, I mean, of course, you have more than 10 nations within the EU. You have, what is it, 20, is it, I think it's 28.
Apostle Tahar made that point, like, you know, at first it started off at the same, you know, they had the 10 horns, but now that beast, that dragon grew into something more ferocious, you know? You know, so that's that whore that rides on the beast is talking about America, and then that whole dragon with the 7 heads and 10 horns is talking about that whole system that Esau set up throughout the planet Earth. Like the brother went into all them different areas throughout the planet Earth.
Right.
All right. That was cool. Let me go back to
yeah.
let's see. Read verse 41 again. This is back in Daniel chapter 2, verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of clay and part of iron,
which is that system as we know it today, America, NATO, and the EU, part of iron and part clay, which means that it's partly strong and partly weak. Right? Go ahead.
The kingdom shall be divided.
The kingdom shall be divided. Hold that real quick, and can you grab Matthew chapter 12, verse you can stay where you are. Matthew chapter 12, verse what is it, 20? Matthew 12 and 25, I think. How it talks about how a kingdom divided against itself can't stand. Matthew 12 and 25, Matthew 12 and 22.
This is Matthew chapter 12 and 25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Right, every kingdom that's divided against itself is brought to desolation or brought to destruction. And you see in America being divided, and this system being divided against itself daily, man. All right, you got the Democrats Republicans divided against one another. You got people within the Republican Party divided against each other. People in the Democratic Party divided against each other. Americans, everybody is divided against one another here, man. You got people that are against the president. You get saying that he's in league with the Russians and all this other kind of madness, man. That's a sign that this place is getting ready to fall, man. You got these different states right now in America that are quarantined, and you got different states like, man, you know, they're pretty much trying to go against the whole. I think going against the mandate, man, of being quarantined. They're like, man, hell no. We're gonna make our own, pretty much make our own laws, make our own rules, for lack of better words, man.
Which is what that judge was doing. I don't know if they took that judge here in Dallas. I don't remember his name, but he was pretty
Abbott,
much.
I think. No, it's the governor.
Yeah, the judge that pretty much sends out the bills, I guess, and the laws for Texas. You know, he was pretty much doing his own thing, not listening to nobody. Now, I don't know if they did it yet, but they pretty much doing a petition to where they were trying to take away that liberty, that power that he had. Because he was just doing whatever he wanted, whatever the hell he wanted.
Right.
You know? And another thing about this quarantine, you know, a lot of people are speculating that the reason why they're starting to open up these restaurants, or not starting to open up, but talking about opening up these little stores and retail stores and restaurants back up, is because that's what Esau wants. As soon as that happens, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to go up in there to think everything's back to normal, even though Esau hasn't really gotten full control of this whole COVID-19 thing. And then what's going to happen? Everybody's going to be all up in them stores, moving around, and then that's what Esau wants.
Yeah, Esau wants chaos, man. He wants distortion. You see? And if he opens up these different restaurants again and opens up the economy, as Donald Trump's saying that he wants to do, right? You're going to have the virus spread even more. You're going to have the virus spread even more, and then you have flu season that's going to be like, what, 2 months down the way? And it's still, and look at the weather, man. It's mid-April, and it'll be damn near 90 degrees one day, and then the next day it'll drop to 41 that night and be 50 degrees the next day, man. You know? So you got the flu season that's going to be ramping up. So just imagine, man, when the flu season ramps up, what's going to happen, man? A lot more people are going to get sick. And when a lot more people get sick, that's when Esau's really going to that's when Esau's really going to clamp down with more draconian laws, man. That's why he's forcing everybody to wear masks starting tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? And then if he allows these stores to open back up and stuff like that, it's gonna rock these people back into sleep. Because even with this whole quarantine, people are still sleeping. People still acting like everything's a joke, everything's a game. You know what I'm saying? But if these stores open back up, which the economy's not going to subside, man. The economy's not going to rebound. Now the Most High can make it happen just for a quick second, but we already know through prophecies that the dollar's going to crash.
I was saying, then another thing, people getting misconstrued. The scripture talk about the beginning of sorrows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people want to call the men of the Lord false prophets because the end of the world ain't today. Like, nah, nigga, it's a build-up. That's what I'm saying. It was a build-up for you to accumulate as much wickedness as you have while you running your damn mouth. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we live in the build-up of what's prophesied. You know what I'm saying? Like that show I was telling y'all about, Manifest. The name of the show is Manifest, and what happens on this show, something happened to a group of people, right? They were unlocked, so to speak. And they see the end prophecy, but they live in the build-up. So some of the shit they guess be wrong, some of the shit that they guess be on point, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Our job is to not get caught up. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people talk about it's the end of the world, but we still understand that peace and safety gotta be announced before wickedness hit, before the destruction hit. You know what I'm saying? The mark of the beast. All these things gotta happen. Thing is, once these things start happening, we're like, oh, okay, get ready. You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures tell us what to watch for. They say that we stand on our watch, and when we unlock these prophecies, we run to the highways and the byways to tell the people. Period, point blank. We have the puzzle pieces here. It ain't like we just making this stuff up as we go.
Right.
The scriptures tell us what to tell you.
Yep. The scriptures tell us what the scriptures tell us, as the scripture says, in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, man. You stand upon your watch and you watch and wait to see what the Lord tells you, and then you run with it, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Did the Lord tell the whole world to watch? Or did he just tell the prophets to watch?
Well, the prophets do it.
That's why the whole world ain't watching.
Yep.
If the whole world was watching, when we say the things that we say, they'll be like, oh snap, let's get it.
Right.
Instead of, man, please, that ain't gonna happen in my lifetime.
Yep.
Nah, man, don't talk about that. No, my kid got to graduate. This nigga in kindergarten. You talking about graduating college? Absolutely not, bro.
This is Matthew 24. I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying,
Right.
You know, because he's not gonna tell everybody.
Exactly.
What you're talking about. Because that happened before too. Remember Matthew 13. You know, he said, you know, I believe he walked away from the multitude.
Yeah.
And the disciples are like, hey, why are you talking to him in parable?
Yep.
You know? So read that again. As he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
That's what I said. Don't that sound like what we want to know? When the Lord knock on our doorpost and sup with us through the Spirit, ain't that the same thing we ask? When we pray, are we not asking those same questions? You see, a lot of people ain't asking the right questions. You know? Like what's that, iRobot. On iRobot. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to figure out the mystery, but he wasn't asking the right questions. You know what I'm saying? It's set up for you you need to ask this question to get this answer. You know what I'm saying? If you don't ask the right question, you're not gonna get the right answer. Period, point blank. Because see, people base their questions that they ask the Lord on the flesh instead of in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? You question the Lord in the spirit, you questioning, okay, Lord, you said you was gonna come. When? We dying down here. It's a way you go about it. Right. But then these carnal people who don't know nothing about the Lord, all they is, why you killed Raheem? Why my baby had to die? You know what I'm saying? All these things still happen to spiritual men too. It's just how you respond. And you respond off what you know. You know what I'm saying? We understand the scriptures to where we don't trip in this time.
Yep. Wisdom and knowledge is the stability of our time.
and that started the day you started to believe.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't talking about the day that this made sense to you and you was like, yeah, No. I'm talking about putting hand to plow.
That's right.
From the time you put your hand to the plow to now, however much time done passed by since then, knowledge and wisdom has been the stability of your time, the time you living in.
Yep.
That's why you see how people stop celebrating Christmas once they come into this truth. They understand what time they in. They understand that ain't what the Lord was talking about. You see? Looking at it spiritually. But when you look at it carnally, you're going to try to justify it. Well, you know, it's all about the kids, you know. Look, you can buy a child something on a regular day of the week on a Tuesday, right, and not even have no day for it. And they gonna accept it. You know what I'm saying? The only reason they looking for Santa Claus is because you fucking told them that.
Right.
They wasn't looking for Santa Claus before you said that bullshit. So, Aunt, try that again.
Or they heard about it at school or something like that, and then your child come to you and talk about Santa Claus. But as a parent, as somebody that knows the truth, you tell your children, nah, this isn't true. We don't, and then you go and you break it down that way.
People don't wait for their kids to go to school to start celebrating Christmas.
Yeah.
You got 1-year-old with the whole fucking tree lit up for him or her.
Right.
They don't even know.
Yeah, that's true.
Birthdays.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you coming to a certain age and get Christmas. No, you come out the womb with that shit.
Yep.
Even though I said you got kids that's born in December.
Yep.
Yeah, my sister, she posted pictures of my niece, my new niece. She's about not even a year old. I already got her with the Easter eggs and everything, and the other two kids with her too taking pictures. You know, so it's implemented in there.
Yeah.
You know,
It's all ingrained, man. But the thing about it is that us, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has opened our minds and he has unlocked our minds to be able to understand the truth. You know, he, as the scripture says, we have been made in his work. We are his workmanship. You see, and to be somebody's workmanship, you're created. Matter of fact, get that real quick. Can you get Ephesians 2:10 real fast? I know you had a precept too.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 8 and 26. It says, "Oh, look not upon the sins of thy people, but on them which serve thee in truth. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in afflictions."
That's balance right there. That's balance right there. That's the difference between those that believe in the Lord and those that don't. Period, point blank. And them the only two people on the planet. You can divide it up into whatever you want to divide it up into. You either believe or you don't believe. Period, point blank. The Israelites gonna believe no matter where they've been scattered, no matter what they look like, right? And then everybody else is everybody else, no matter where they've been scattered or what they look like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People act like the tares in the wheat only apply to Jake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People act like the turn the other cheek only apply in certain situations. No, you use it whenever you see feasible, man. You see, and having an understanding of these scriptures is what make us not trip, man. You got it.
Hey, like the scripture says, man, the Most High created everything 2 and 2. You know, you don't have, like you say, you have the believers, and you have them that don't believe. You have the Israelites, and then you have the different nations. You know,
You got the elect,
you got the elect and the 2/3.
and then you got everybody else.
Yeah. You know, and that's how. But the thing is, that's how the Most High wants it, man. You know, go ahead.
It's Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahushai unto good works.
Well, it says we are his workmanship, created in Yahushua Hamashiach unto good works. Read that again and read it slow, then just really fathom what that's saying.
Khan, this is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. For we are his workmanship.
We are his workmanship, or we are his creation. When you have a workmanship, it's something that you make, right? We are his workmanship. We are his creation.
I say, notice how you said his creation.
Right.
Whose creation are we talking about?
Talking about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Yahweh set up Yahushua to create what you see. Period.
Yep.
You got it.
Go ahead.
For we are his workmanship, created in
Created in.
Hamashiach Yahushai.
We have been created in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Another way to say that is we coming in his stead.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? In John 17, when he prayed for those men, that he gave everything that the Lord gave him, that's what it's talking about.
Yep.
Go
Pretty
ahead.
much we have been created to be obedient. We have been created, Lord willing, be those men to be obedient unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua,
Right.
which is already ingrained in you
That's right.
from the foundation of the earth. Go ahead.
Created in Hamashiach Yahushai unto good works.
Unto good works.
What's the good works? Doing this work, man. Preaching, you know what I'm saying? Being brotherly, the golden rule. Treating others like you would want to be treated. All that tie in together, man. Go ahead.
Which Yahweh hath before ordained that we should walk in them.
Which the Most High, Yahweh ordained that we should walk in those good works. There's men on the planet Earth right now, all right, who in the flesh, if you fall in for 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you're gonna find flaws and issues in their flesh and things that they do. But these men are elected from the foundation of the earth, and they're blameless.
They was elected before you could scoff.
Exactly.
They was elected before you could find fault. They was elected before they could even find fault in themselves. You see? And if you don't have a thorough understanding of that, then it's gonna be hard for you to understand the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord set aside a no guile pile, because that's what he wanted to do. He wasn't worried about none of us when he did that. Unless you was in the no guile pile. But when he made the no guile pile, he made a 2/3 pile, he made an Edomite pile, he made a Moabite pile. It's just,
This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
that's what I'm saying. When was you formed in the belly? When your mom and dad got together, man, and had sex. You see? But the Lord knew what he was gonna do before they was born. So what you gonna do with that? Go ahead.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee,
Set apart.
and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
I set you in the no guile pile. Before you was even in your mama's womb, that's what I decided to do with you. That's what the Lord is saying right there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So for brothers that want to let their sins beat them up and all that, that's your comfort right there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you truly believe that the Lord is dealing with you, and on the other hand, you believing that you're wicked and you're not worthy, the balance of that is to understand that the Lord already had a plan set for you before you did anything.
Right.
And if you can't find comfort in that, then you probably gonna jump out the fucking window. Which good. Because it shouldn't take the Lord shouldn't have to beg you to believe in him, first of all. Let's get that straight. The Lord ain't begging niggas to get delivered. No, the Lord already set aside who's gonna be delivered, and niggas get burnt. Go ahead. All right.
This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta learn how to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got some brothers that come into the truth. They was in a big family. They know how to share. You got some brothers that was only child. You know? But at the end of the day, if you a part of this body, you're gonna have to make those adjustments according to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that comes from these pages.
Right.
And it's doable. Why you think you see these camps go from 2 men to 20? Why you think you seeing the apostles and elders, the only ones preaching from 2000 to 2007? You seeing the result of that work now. Here it is in 2020. You got great millstone camps all over the world through the Spirit. You see, so it's resonating with somebody. You got it.
It says in verse 4, look not every man on his own things, but let every man also on the things of others.
You're not supposed to look on your own things, but the gifts that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua gave to you, as he predestined you in the womb, you use that gift to help edify the Akim, to help edify the body. You don't use your gift to become proud, become you know what I'm saying, make it seem like you're just this high and mighty person. No, you use that gift that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua gave to you to help further the elect. It's like what did the Apostle Paul say? He says, I endure all things for the elect's sake. He didn't say I endure all things. He didn't say I endure all things because I'm just because for me. I endure all things because I did all this work. No, he said I endure all the going to jail, getting beat, getting lied on, going to shipwreck, prison, all these things. He said he endured all that for the elect's sake. You know? And that's the same mindset that we got. Yahweh Shai endured the contradiction of much sinners for his brothers. He endured going on the cross and being humiliated in front of the whole nation. It wasn't for him. Now he understood the glory that's to come behind it, and he went through it, because ultimately prophecy had to be fulfilled. But what? He did that so that his brothers could have a chance to rule jointly with him. You see? That's why when you read up in that chapter, or I'm sorry, when you read down, it says, let this mind be in you, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua, man. Same mindset. Go ahead, unless you have more.
It says, verse 5, that's it. I'm gonna read it. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach Yahushua.
Let this mind be in you, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua, man. All right? But everywhere we go, the fire truck's always got to be around.
The Lord always bringing the heat.
Yeah, man, but even with everything going on with this whole, COVID-19 and, you got people worried about food and all this other kind of stuff, man. Hey, man, the elect are going to be taken care of, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to take care of his elect men. Okay? He's not going to suffer you to be tempted above that you can't handle. Why is he not going to allow you to be tempted above that you can't handle? First and foremost, he ordained you to go through it. He put that on you so that you can learn from it, you can profit from it, man. But now we're going through these things in the world as we see pandemics and things like that. Like we've been saying what's going to happen, now these things is hitting. You see? But we've been putting in the work. Jump out. We've been putting in the work through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to be able to be ready for these things, man. Now instead of having the spiritual practice, if you will, it's really the game, man. See, like when you coming out the tunnel, and you coming onto the field and the butterflies hit, and it's about to go down. It's about to go down, man. And we want it to go down, man. We want this place to fall, man. We don't want this place to continue subside. We don't want this place to subside and things to get back to normal. And we pray for more shit to happen, man. Not shit, but more things to happen. You were holding something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Go ahead.
Okay. This is Isaiah 65:13. It says, "Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Yep.
Behold, my servants shall drink."
His servants. At the end of the day, he keeps saying his servants shall do these things. You see, it says his servants shall eat and ye shall be hungry. My servants shall drink and ye shall be, and ye shall, his servants. Those that have been serving the Lord, man. Here it is, it's a Friday night. We out here in the grassy knoll while it's raining, it's cold, preaching the word and nobody's listening. We're doing the work of the Lord right now, man. Because at the end of the day, we understand a bigger prize. When the rest of these people out here going crazy, bugging out over one bean in a can, hey, the elect men are gonna be good in that time, man. I don't know how the Lord gonna have it, but it's written.
But that's what we was talking about. It's gonna be a situation to where you're gonna be like, damn, I hadn't ate in this amount of time, all these different things. And then that prophecy is going to come to pass when it says that his servant's going to eat.
Right.
The rest of the world got to be starving, and the prophets got to be eating for that to come to pass.
Yep.
You see? So we telling you that the famine is coming, but we have to live through the build up to when it actually hits.
Yep.
Just a quick one. Just let me get to the point. Talking about what you was talking about. This is Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
We are in Jacob's trouble.
And we've seen all that this planet has to offer as far as the judgment coming and all that. This is telling us to get ready for something we haven't seen yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Through the scriptures, we done seen parents make deals on who baby they gonna eat first. We done seen 70 AD. We done seen all them captivities and judges. We done seen all of that. The apparitions that they talk about happened back in Egypt in Wisdom of Solomon 17. Right? Those things done happen. These prophecies now are telling you get ready for something else.
Right.
So if you seeing shit that you done seen before, it ain't the time yet. Like, nigga, come on. But now, earlier today, I put my gloves on, I put my mask on, I did my runs through the city, kept my mask on the whole time, glasses fogging up. Look, that's the time you live in. That's the time you live. You living in a time to where everybody got masks on. You know what I'm saying? Moving towards wear a mask or else. Right? You gotta watch. We watching the build up of all these things, man. The beauty of it is that we already knew it was coming. So when we see these things, we're like, oh, that's what it was talking about in 2nd Ezra. That's what it was talking about in Maccabees. That's what it's talking about in Acts, bro. You see? Bro, you have to live it. So you gonna call somebody a false prophet when you ain't even watching? Fuck you. And don't worry about my language. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point now to where the Lord said, look, I extended my hand. Fuck you, bro.
Right. That's the same chapter.
The Lord been extending his hand, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna tell the Lord F him, he justified to tell you F you. Go ahead.
His F you gonna be a lot worse than your F him.
It ain't gonna be no retort. Yeah, you know how usually when somebody say fuck you, what's your response? Well, fuck you too. No. When the Lord say fuck you, that's a rap.
You ain't gonna have no time to say a thing.
Go ahead.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Jacob gonna be saved out of that trouble that's coming.
That's right.
Why? Because he's been preparing for it. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? I would say, what's gonna happen if you put a professional fighter in the ring with somebody who ain't never sparred? Total annihilation. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the prophet's been telling the people, look, this is what's coming, this was a boom, 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 and you still got people that's gonna get sucker punched in that thing. Go ahead.
Man, I was watching Hulu yesterday, and there was a movie. I don't know what. I think it recently came out. You know, they was becoming like Hulu originals or whatever. And in the movie, you had this one Mexican dude. He was married to an Edomite chick. They had kids, whatever. And throughout the beginning of the movie, he was having visions. Like when he would sleep, he would have a vision of UFOs. And,
Oh, you talking about
you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, it was on Netflix. So you talking about yeah, I know you're talking about.
It's called Howard Ian, something like that.
Which one?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned it.
It's called
Yeah,
Howard
yeah,
Ian,
I
something
remember
like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's called something like that.
He was having visions about it, but pretty much, yeah, you can explain.
Yeah, he was having visions about it, but the visions the way he was interpreting the vision was wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What was happening was supposed to be happening, but he thought it was fucked up because he had been conditioned by the world and shit. I know what you're talking
Right.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much, you know what I'm saying. He was having the vision about the aliens coming and everything, and then it started happening, and then because his wife thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
He wanted him to go to a therapist or something,
Yeah.
so he can get himself fixed. But when he got to the therapist or a psychiatrist or whatever it was, there was another dude sitting next to him. He's like, "Are you having the visions too?"
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And then he's like, and then he was telling them like, "Man, don't go in there. They're just gonna pretty much like they'll tell you that you're tripping or whatever."
Yeah, and that was really they pretty much the so-called aliens that he was seeing. It was humans coming down in suits because the guy was a robot, and pretty much he had seen what he had seen in his visions of the aliens coming down. It was like a memory of things that happened already in the past. You see what I'm saying? So I know what movie you're talking about. I remember seeing it. It was a pretty good movie. You know, but the Most High through his Son, all right, what did he do, man? He put the spirit in us for us to be able to see these things before they happen. That's why we're considered prophets, man. A prophet isn't no man that's just sitting in a lotus position, you know, incense burning, sitting there like this and just floating all day.
A prophet is a man that the Lord puts his spirit on to bring forth his word.
Exactly.
That's what a prophet is. And that ain't nothing special to do with the man. The Lord chooses who he wants. I say we can go in the scriptures to talk about where the Lord put the spirit on a donkey to talk to somebody. The Lord can put the spirit on whoever he wants to say what needs to be said. And that's why we don't believe, that's why we don't think we special. You know what I'm saying? Well, the Lord said he gonna glorify his prophets in that day, but until then, we vessels put on the planet to push forth this work.
Yep.
Period, point blank.
And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know? You had a precept on that?
Yeah, I was looking at 2 Ezra 9:1.
Come.
I can get that. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself."
You know what I'm saying? The way you measure the time is by the scriptures. The scriptures is the measuring stick.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You look at the news, you filter the news through the scriptures. If it makes sense according to the scriptures, then you can bring it out. If not, don't. You know what I'm saying? Like the apostles and elders been saying, ask. Ask. Hey, do this line up with the scriptures? And then you're gonna be told yay or nay. If it do a lesson. If it don't, continue to research, and then maybe something else will come to you later. Go ahead.
It says, "And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before."
That's what I'm saying. So when what you've learned before in the scriptures that you've seen come to pass, because that's one thing about it. The Lord put us into the scriptures because once you see that the scriptures come to life, that's what boosts you up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people read the scriptures and they don't get nothing out of it. So we ain't talking about that. We're talking about the men that are moved by these scriptures in the right direction.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
That's what I'm saying. Just like back during the time of Noah, it was so much wickedness going on in the world, just like it's so much wickedness going on in the world now. You know what I'm saying? It said, and then once you measure the time diligently, when the Lord started to visit this place, you're gonna be like, this is the time that he was talking about.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? 70 AD was prophesied.
Yeah.
Some people believe, some people didn't. It happened though. You know what I'm saying? And the people that got destroyed in 70 AD, and then you had the Israelites that scattered. You know what I'm saying?
slave ships.
There you go.
All these things, World War I, World War II, World War III, all these things was prophesied before they came, but the thing is, the Heavenly Father told us about these things before they came to pass.
That's right.
But only his men can see these things. See? You tell somebody World War I in the Bible, then you go to scripture and prove it to them. And carnal man, when you break it down to him, man, they ain't talking about World War I, that's really talking about locusts, man. He'll try to tell you what the scriptures are talking about.
Bro, nigga won't even know what a locust is.
You know, yeah.
Nigga couldn't point out a locust.
Right.
But he'll tell you that's what it ain't.
Yeah, exactly.
But then when you ask him, well, what is it then?
I know it ain't that.
You heard crickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
Termites. I would say you can hear termites shooting dice. Go ahead, bro.
Continuing on, it says, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's what I'm saying. The Lord is visiting the world which he made now, man. And it's ramping up, man. It's getting more and more intense. It's getting tighter and tighter. So that's how we know that we in that time. You know what I'm saying? You talk about ain't no microchips, it's June. Who the fuck said they was coming out in June?
yeah, it doesn't say that in the scripture.
Nobody ever said microchips was coming out in June.
Right. Right. Now you just add it.
You see?
Yeah. But now that they here, now you got these so-called leaders all on the back foot and not squirming around on YouTube trying to justify their BS because
they telling you what not to listen to, but won't tell you shit.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them conspiracy theorists, hypocrites. Don't listen to them. Okay, but when they listen to you, what you tell them? Oh, don't worry about it. We good. Nigga, no, you not. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about leaders that have blood on their hands by the way that they handle their congregation.
Hey, get Isaiah 56 on the top. Read this.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11.
Yeah, they just blowing on that track, man. Damn. Sorry, that mother hurt. Man, all they need is a little oil, man.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now...
Knowing the time.
Yeah.
So how do you know the time? You know the time by redeeming the time by going back to the scriptures, right? You just don't. It doesn't say knowing the time over here looking at your watch. No, knowing the time means that you measuring the time diligently in itself.
That's right.
And the only way you can measure the time diligently in itself is by giving your diligence to make your calling and election sure.
And standing on your watch.
Standing on your watch. That's it. That's it. You can't measure the time if you just bullshit and playing with your thumbs all day, man. Over here, well, the Lord said that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
No, that's not what the Lord is talking about. They ain't serving. They ain't waiting on the Lord.
It's a build up to everything,
It's a
man.
build up to everything, man. And when Babylon the Great falls, you don't think that your life ain't going to be affected by it? We live here, man. We got to wear masks now. We don't want to do that shit. We got to, though. But it's all a build up to a bigger cause, a bigger implementation of more draconian laws, whereas the Lord don't have to come back.
Right.
These things are building up for the Lord to go, okay, you know what, Yahweh Shai, now it's your time. Now is the appointed time. Go ahead.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Now it is a high time to awake out of sleep. When something is a high time to do something, it's a high time to awake out of sleep.
It's the peak time.
You know what I'm
high
saying?
noon is the peak of the day.
It's time to snap into it.
It's time to really make sure that your head is on straight, man. And that goes for us too. You know, that goes for us, man. Making sure our head is on straight and we ain't getting too comfortable. You know? Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Right, now is our salvation more nearer than when we even believe, man.
That's what I'm saying. Let you know it's a build up. That's what I'm saying. From the time when the Lord was on the scene, that was the beginning of the last days. You know what I'm saying? And it's been built up ever since then to now. You know?
And it's like a roller coaster.
Yep.
Going up that hill, slowly building up.
Yep.
Once you get to that peak, you know.
That's right.
Yep. We're at that point where we're at that peak. like you say, you on that roller coaster. It's making that. And then, but you know, whenever it hits that, and it stops, and it just starts coasting, you're like, oh shit, here we go.
And the rest, and the rest of the ride is from the energy that of that first hill. The whole ride.
Yep. That first drop.
Yeah.
Ooh, it goes down, man.
I'll say just like it's a process from how the scriptures talk about a woman crying in travail. You know what I'm saying? She got to conceive. You know what I'm saying? Go through the morning sickness and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. That's what I'm saying. You don't just skeet in a woman and a baby pop out.
Right.
But that's how people expect the prophecies of the Heavenly Father to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Soon as you bust, 2 minutes later you feeding the kid. No, asshole. No. Everything is a process. Everything is a build-up. Everything comes in stages.
Birth pains started hitting, contractions.
You know?
Everything.
That's what I'm saying. The first contraction don't mean the baby coming.
Water breaking.
All that gotta happen. All of that gotta happen. But then when it comes to the end of the world, it's gonna happen in a snap.
One day, it said the day of the Lord is going to literally be a day. No, the day of the Lord is a period of time. We in the day of the Lord right now.
Exactly.
But people don't know it. But we gonna know. But the thing is, we're gonna know when things begin to intensify even more that the Lord is this much closer to coming back.
That's right.
You see, while these people out here playing games, twiddling their thumbs, the prophecy is saying it's a high time to wake out of sleep, man. That hypnosis, dead state of you being lethargic, man. Being slothful, being lazy. Go ahead.
1,000 years for us is a day to the Most High. So we might have been a day of the Lord for 999 years already, you know?
Well, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shai has another dispensation. When you read Hebrews 1:1, it tells you that it became the last days when Yahweh Shai, when he went back to the Father. That was over 2,000. That was 2,000 years ago.
Yep. Well, the scriptures also talk about a dispensation of time.
Right.
So, prophecies are going to play out simultaneously over a dispensation of time. Just like us coming back into the faith was going to happen. When you read Ephesians, the first chapter, it happened over a dispensation of time because it was prophesied how we were going to go into another land where never mankind dwelt. But it also talked about how we won't forget we were Israelites, we won't forget our name, and then be brought back in. That had to happen over time. It didn't happen in just a day.
Exactly.
And so the same thing with the destruction of Babylon the Great. It's going to happen through a dispensation of time because we have to be raised back up. We got to come back into the knowledge of who we are. Famine's got to happen. These plagues got to happen. All the things that we've been talking about, they're going to happen because it was prescribed in the scriptures.
A dispensation goes back to the word of disperse. When you disperse something, you dispersing things out in different areas at different times, man. You ain't just pouring one thing in a huge ass pitcher in the bucket, you know what I'm saying, at one time and then it just overflows. It's a dispensation of how the Most High does things. And he's always, it was a dispensation of time in the creation.
Right.
It wasn't everything everything just didn't happen in the snap of a finger and then everything. No, it was a dispensation of time for everything to be created.
Bro, Esau understand that. That's why they playing everything in phases because they ideas ain't original.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When you go into that book with Zbigniew Brzezinski, when he go into the all three of the world wars, that's what I'm saying. Esau really think that he planned all three of those wars, but he understood that it was gonna be a huge time frame. You know what I'm saying? World War I wasn't right after World War II.
Right.
That's why I say World War I was in what, 1914, 15?
Yeah,
World War II was in the 40s.
Yep.
World War III now. You know what I'm saying? Shit gotta happen. People gotta get pissed off. The scriptures talk about the angels working on the minds of men and all these things, man. Ain't nothing happening in a snap. Right. Now, the Lord is gonna, the Lord say the elect is gonna be raised up in the twinkling of an eye. But that's what I'm saying. It's a process building up to that. Yeah. You got to earn the right to be beamed up in the twinkling of an eye. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You don't just wake up a nigga. Your whole walk done passed by while you was asleep, and then you wake up, oh, I guess it's time to be delivered.
But that's how they think.
And that's why they wrong.
That's why these Christians, that's what the Christians teach.
tripping.
Oh, I'm gonna be a slut and a hoe all my life, but then I'm saying Jesus loves me and I'm good.
Right.
Jesus wept.
But that's what I said. The dispensation of your hoeing got to take place.
Yeah, God's not dead movie. That first
Oh, boy.
At the end of the movie, that Edomite, he's an atheist, and then once he was dying, it was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you, Lord.
Oh, man.
Now the white light starts showing all over the place. Get out of here, man. You go ahead, bro.
That's right. Well, when you think about Rome, when you think about these other kingdoms, it took time for them to be what they are. When you read about all the greatness of everything they did, it was over a period of time.
Yep, these different empires, man. Like we was going into Daniel too. Daniel seen the statues. He seen the statue, the head of gold, you know, the breastplate of silver, the loins of brass, the legs of iron, and the feet of iron clay. He seen the image, but within that image itself was years.
Right.
Daniel seen he seen kingdoms that he was in, and then he seen it all the way up till now.
Right.
He seen he didn't understand it, but he seen one image of it. But even within that vision was a dispensation of time, man.
I was like, bro, that's just like right now. If you were to get a vision right now about after the Edomites are disposed of in Obadiah.
Right.
If you have that vision right now, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna look completely different than what you're seeing right here. It's gonna be a completely different time. You know what I'm saying? You ever see that movie with Nicolas Cage called Next? You remember he could see into the future a few minutes, but it got to the point to where he would be sitting in the middle of a vision and all these things happening around him, and he just observing and looking at shit. You know what I'm saying? But those things hadn't happened yet, and it was certain things that he would see once he got into a room. Okay, I remember seeing that. You know what I'm saying? And these things had to play themselves out. You don't start out at the end of the vision.
Right.
Like, come on, bro.
That's right.
But hey, that's what let you know that it's a blessing for the Lord to open your eyes to be able to see these things.
Right.
Just like when Elisha and Elijah, you know what I'm saying? When the eyes was open and the dude seen that he seen all them angels, but before that he was tripping, he was shook. You know what I'm saying? But when the Lord show you certain things, the Lord can show you the outcome. You know what I'm saying? And you see yourself in the outcome, so you know you made it there. But you still got to live that process leading up to that point. So when you get to that point, you can be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
He showed us the outcome in the scripture.
There you go.
We already have the outcome.
There you go.
We see the end game in the scripture. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua showed us the end game in the scriptures of this is what's going to happen to my servants that follow me. This is what's going to happen to the individuals that don't follow me. So if we see the outcome that it's going to be power, glory, you know, a kingdom, all these different things, we see it. But to get to that point is like the scripture says, man. It's like you look through a glass darkly.
Right.
You know, you look through a glass darkly. You know in part, you prophesy in part, but the things that we do know and the things that we prophesy about, you know, we know it based off the scriptures, man. We can't tell you exactly what's inside the chariots. We know they're there.
Yep,
you know what they are.
And if we make it to those chariots, if we got to write anything in the future, we'll probably describe it to you.
We're gonna have our rights.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. We can talk about the slave ships because that happened. We got visuals of it. You know what I'm saying? But before the slave ships happened, bro, if they knew, if the Israelites knew about the transatlantic slave trade, when Moses was up on the mountain getting the law, statutes, and commandments, if they knew then, it wouldn't have been no golden calf when he got back. That had to play out. And then Moses was like, look. The Lord said, look, if you listen, you blessed. If you ain't, you. And he went down the list.
Yeah.
He went down the list of everything that was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, bro, if they knew that in advance, come on, bro.
And the Most High, his story has to play out.
Yeah.
His will has to play out, you know?
I would say whoever went to the movies, whoever started the movie in the last 10 minutes.
Then you know
you rent the movie. Yeah, you rent the movie. You done spent your money on it. You put it in the DVD player. You plug it up or whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You put the movie on. You fast forward to the last 10 minutes, and you start there.
But after that, you try to explain to them what happened in the movie.
And willing to argue. Bro, watch the movie, bro, before you run your mouth.
Right.
Somebody got something?
Y'all probably still got that.
This is back in Romans chapter 13, verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand.
Night is far spent and the day is at hand. That time where you could be lethargic and sleep. That time where you had the luxury, when you had the luxury of still being able to, the BS or to do whatever you wanted to do. It says the night is far spent and the day is at hand, man. And what happens during the daytime, man? That day star rises, man. Okay, and we know that day star is Yahushua, man. The day is at hand. That time is at hand. Okay, and we coming close to that time. The time is here. And you see it happening. Everybody's on edge. Everybody's divided.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying. You measuring the times. You measuring the times by the way you observe the world.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord said in the last days, these people are going to be acting like that. It talked about measuring the times diligently. It talked about not being able to move around the way you want to move around because the screws getting tighter. You see? It talked about Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying? Bro, Nate talking about it ain't going to be no Jacob's trouble. Bro, yes it is. Yes it is.
Yep.
And if you choose to tell your congregation that and they listen to you, then it was written.
The deceived and the deceiver are his.
You know what I'm saying?
Settled on his lead.
But it's about to go down, bro, and you know it. You know what I'm saying? And on the cool, this is just me speaking as a man, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't no coincidence that all the leadership for IUIC is cross the damn water.
Yep.
You niggas ain't slick, man.
Yep, that's true.
Go ahead.
Talking about
You thinking you gonna be over there when it go down? Nah, the Lord will wait till your ass get back.
or he will get you over there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I always say the Lord. I always say you ain't finna out slick the Lord, bro. Let's go.
Man, that'd be crazy as hell. You know, you got June in a few months. It'd be crazy as hell if the chip came out.
Bro, that's what happened with Bubble Eye. Bubble Eye with that whole fleet of Egypt doctrine. He thought he was gonna be over there when it hit the fan. Wrong.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful. He's like, it's June, and then June come and the chip come out.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be the spirit, man.
Play that hypocrite clip.
Let's go, man. Let's get the scripture.
This is back in Romans chapter 13, verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
That's what I'm saying. Casting out the works of darkness and putting on the armor of light is coming out of the world, man, and coming into this truth. You see?
Yep.
And now is the time more than ever, because we talked about the day being the night is far spent, and we in that day now, man. You see? The time, I would say, the times for you to wing in and do what you want to do and straddle the fence and all that, that was only gonna last for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
You see? And you either gonna come into this truth or you not.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And the Lord is long suffering, man. It goes to show you how long suffering He is, because He still has His prophets out. When the Lord's prophets are still in the scene, that goes to show you that His hand is still stretched. It's still to let you know that you still got time to repent too.
That's right.
You know, but when the Most High really shuts this place down and they got the mandates out that nobody can go outside, and you know they start cracking down more on YouTube videos and they cut the videos off. When that happens, the Most High's hand is done.
That's right.
That's it.
Yep.
You know, time. Hey, y'all, I gave y'all time to listen. Hey, this is the appointed time. Now y'all about to feel the rain.
Right.
Go ahead.
That darkness, it goes into not having the knowledge of this truth, but it also it's talking about not being safe. Like when you read Thessalonians, it talks about how the thief is gonna come in the night. Okay, because when it's pitch black dark, there's a feeling of helplessness, man. And that's how a lot of people gonna be, because they ain't gonna know what's going on and what to do.
Groping at noonday.
That's right.
I'm sorry, they say like to add on to the brother's point, you groping at noonday. How you groping? When you groping, you it's like as if you're walking trying to feel where you at. That's when you groping.
Yeah.
But if you groping at noonday is the highest sun. That's when the sun's at the highest
Bro,
point.
if you can't see in this broad daylight, you gon' panic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to be able to see in the daytime.
It's that's
You
the
know?
time. The sun's at its brightest point. But you're gonna be groping at that time.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where you at, and it's
Very
the highest
unsettled.
point.
Yeah, very unsettled.
Yeah,
You know?
it was mentioned in Romans 11 chapter, you know, like they're set up to be blind, not able to hear.
Yep.
They stumble and not know what.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So
King
it's
David
like,
prayed for that judgment.
They gonna stumble, man. These people gonna stumble hard, man. They're gonna stumble and not know what the hell to do, man. They're not gonna know what. These people ain't gonna know what to do. They already don't know what to do now. You know? You got people, you know, talk about this whole stimulus check stuff. You know, oh man, hey, Donald Trump, he got the stimulus check. He gonna, hey, you know, he's gonna take care of us. not knowing that this is the damn Slytherin.
These the same niggas that threw temper tantrums when he got elected.
Right, the same niggas that got man, F Donald Trump, man. F Donald. Now you got that stimulus check. I know you shut your ass up now.
Oh man, they gonna be mad again when they gotta give it back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he gonna make you pay it back with interest.
Yeah.
Watch.
This is back in Romans 13, verse 13. Let us walk honestly in the day.
Let us walk honestly in the day, man. Let me get that word honestly real quick. What verse is that? 13 to 13. I just want to get that word honestly real quick. It says, let us walk honestly in that day, right? As in the day, right? So that word honestly in the Greek is euschemanos, right? And that word honestly literally means, it says in a seemly manner, decently. You walk decently and in order in the sight of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It says what? Let us walk honestly, decently, as in the day. Because in the daytime you can see. You got the light to be able to see. So if you got the light already to be able to see, don't walk as if you're still in darkness, man.
Right.
Don't walk as if it's still the night.
Yeah, you should still be bumping into stuff and groping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you get caught out there as a thief in the night, just along with the rest of these people, man. Go ahead.
Verse.
Oh, I say thieves can see in the dark.
Yeah, you know.
Jacob rob your ass and don't even turn the light on. So how much more Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? I would say he told you he was coming and you still gonna get caught slipping. He said I will work in your day.
Verse 13, it says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and in drunkenness.
Not in rioting and drunkenness, man. Playing games, being affiliated with this world, not paying attention. Right? Go ahead.
Not in chambering and wantonness.
Wantonness, not in chambering and wantonness. All right, just being a damn loose leaf. You know? Let your freak flag fly.
The YOLO spirit.
Yeah. You ain't supposed to be walking around like that. And that's that's these Christians, man.
Yeah, they if I may add, they I don't know if it was Oakland Street per se, but if you go somewhere, you know, in that Oakland area, uptownish area, they have the cross sidewalks painted rainbow colors. And you know what that's for?
Oh yeah, that area is all about that life.
Yeah. They painted it on the street to let them know, hey, you homos, y'all are safe here.
This is my corner. Right? So the scripture says, we're not supposed to walk in that mindset. We're supposed to walk as if we are measuring time diligently in itself, man. We are in a war. All right? In a war, you don't walk. In a war, you ain't walking around playing games and chambering and trying to be. No, man, you serious minded, because you know when the bullets start flying, you get clipped. That could be your life. You know? Go ahead.
In drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
Put ye on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. And how you do that? By letting that mind be in you. Philippians 2, Ephesians 6. All right, the virtues that the Apostle Peter talked about. You know? Go ahead.
And make not provisions for the flesh.
Make not provisions to, that's one of my favorite scriptures because it's the one that cuts the deepest. Read that again.
And make not provisions for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
And make not provisions to the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. And you know what that goes into? Isaiah the 1st chapter, when Jake would make provisions to the flesh, and they would have a lamb on standby, or a turtle dove on standby to sacrifice it. Lamb shaking in his boots, knowing damn well you about to do some wickedness. You know, we ain't supposed to make provisions to the flesh, man. Especially if we put on Yahushua HaMashiach, man. We gotta walk as new creatures.
Feeding the flesh don't pay, man. Feeding the flesh don't pay, man.
At the end of the day, feeding your flesh versus feeding your spirit, you're gonna see the fruits. You're gonna reap fruits regardless. It's just depending on what kinds of fruits you're gonna reap. You're gonna reap good fruits or you're gonna reap bad fruits.
Right.
We're gonna make sure we reap good fruits, man. You know, to the best of our ability, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man, he knows our hearts and he knows our intentions. He knows your intention if you're sincerely fighting and you're sincere, you're trying, or you got an ulterior motive. You know? And a lot of these guys got ulterior motives, man. You know? Like these guys in the ISU3K and Nate over here.
I said, bro, how you gonna sit up here and put yourself on camera shooting AKs and rifles and all this? Now the mark of the beast is a rifle.
They don't even put two and two together.
Bruh.
So think about it like this: if the mark of the beast is a rifle or it's a weapon, right? It says that no man may buy or sell save he that hath the mark, right?
Yeah.
And it says that he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So you can tell me that this damn devil is gonna give everybody a weapon. He's gonna give everybody a weapon.
Bro, buying and selling with automatic weapons is robbery. Okay?
That's rifling, man.
That's what are you talking about? So all y'all got the mark of the beast.
Right. Not gonna make it.
Bro, whoever teaches got a different doctrine for that mark of the beast. Like, stop. Bro. What? Nope. Keep it going.
That nigga
Keep it
didn't
going.
put, he didn't put, that nigga, man, that dude didn't put, he didn't put too many hot Cheetos on his sandwich.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't put too many Cheetos on this sandwich, man.
Oh, man.
Man, had too much grape soda.
Man.
Couple of grape
Couple of
sodas.
grape sodas.
That's a
Let's
spirit.
get some precepts.
God, you still got Isaiah 56 help? You can get your precept first.
I know you mentioned Isaiah 1. I'm gonna get that real quick. Isaiah 1:16. Wash you,
Can you see?
yeah,
All right.
make you clean, and put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes.
It says, wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes, man. How do you do that? By getting in this word, man.
And that's a build up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to say you don't just open the book to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, read that verse and then you deliver. No. It's a build up, man. You gotta understand, we got to learn this.
Hey, start at 13.
You know? Go ahead.
Isaiah 1:13, it says, bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me.
Right. This is going to what the brother Tazma was talking about, how they would have those rams and they would have turtle doves prepared, knowing that they finna just do some wickedness, man. And the Lord ain't hearing that no more. Just like in these days and times, man, that people just think they can just say, I love Jesus, you know. After, you know, like you have someone's a damn pedophile and they get caught being a pedophile and hey man, was you texting this little boy?
Yeah.
I'm a Christian, man. You got this text messages here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. These Christian text messages.
Yeah. You know, and that's what that's what we out here doing, calling people out, man. Hey, the Lord ain't gonna hear your prayers, man.
Right.
The Lord's not gonna hear your repentance in that time, man. That's not gonna be a place for it.
It says in verse 13, the new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with.
He said I cannot away with it, meaning that he can't deal with it. You know, pretty much it's like, man, I'm tired of what on the new moons and on the Sabbaths, on the feast days, y'all making it about y'all.
Right.
You know, you making it about yourself. You making it about your glorious garment. How many people coming to your Passover? You know, over here eating fucking banana pudding. You know, mashed potatoes and gravy. Yeah, at the you know, you making it about yourself. Having wing beans.
Wings at the Passover.
You coming to the Passover? They handing out menus.
Yeah.
Bro, giving away wives.
Oh man.
Passing out wives. Come down to the Passover and get you a husband.
Get you some wing beans.
Yeah, Passover table look like a scene out of the clumps.
Man.
Like the platform.
You know?
Oh, poetic justice ass family reunion.
Oh,
but the thing is, that's why the Most High said, they said the new moons, the Sabbath, and the appointed feast days, I cannot away with them. I can't deal with y'all on these, man.
He said, I hate y'all
All right,
feast
man,
days.
y'all some niggas on these days. Y'all been acting like some damn hoes, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, it is iniquity,
It is iniquity, it's wickedness.
even the solemn meeting.
Even the solemn meeting. Apostle Gabar goes in that word solemn. It means a very serious. It's a very serious meeting, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Solemn assembly, man. It's a grave assembly. Even the solemn meetings, man.
I'll say our two most important Passovers was Yahweh Shai's and the Exodus. You know what I'm saying? And both of those ushered in deliverance, man, and the will of the Heavenly Father. You know, now you can go use other Passovers and all that because they are in there, but like, bruh, you got the people that believe that's gonna take the solemn route, and then you got the people that's full of shit that's gonna want to party. You know, and those people that want to party are the ones that said free Barabbas when the Lord was on trial. You see, and they got on fringes today.
Yep. People, hey, this is the Lord saying this, man. So think about that. This is the Lord saying he mad at that. You see what I'm saying? He mad. He don't like that, man. He ain't just y'all great Milson, y'all some haters. Y'all some haters. No, you call the Most High hater then if that's the case, man, because you clearly hear what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord do hate you for that.
He hates you for that, man. Man, repent. Go ahead.
It says, verse 14, your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth.
My soul hates how you handle my holy days, man. You know, you have a group over here saying that you can have sex on the Sabbath when it's clearly evident in the scriptures that you can't. It's clearly evident that you can't. You see? And that's just one example. That's just one example. You know? I'm getting my studs ready. I'm getting my garment prepared, and man, my garment business needs some bad, man. You know? Over here, come to the 51st annual Passover. All that madness, man. That's what I'm saying, but that's how they presented it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a damn mixtape. You know? Gangsta grill, you know? Go ahead, Al.
It says verse 15, verse 14, they are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them.
I am weary to. He said I am weary to bear them. I'm tired of bearing your shit. I'm tired of looking at it. I'm tired of you seeing this and saying my name in vain. You know, I'm tired of it. Most High said I'm tired of it, man. That's why he cut the sacrifices off, and he used Yahweh Shai as the ultimate sacrifice, and as a sacrificial lamb. You see, because Jake was over abusing the sacrifices.
I would say when the Lord was on the scene, when the Lord was on the scene, you had wicked scribes and Pharisees that were selling turtle doves and selling animals for sacrificing in the temple. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. The Lord got super pissed off about that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, the Lord set up the ministry a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And for you to have the high priest selling, for you to have the high priest selling animals to sacrifice because people was premeditating wickedness, like, bruh, that's, went too far. You know what I'm saying? The lamb turned into a lion on their ass, man. using
the Father's house as a place of merchandise. Because I guarantee you, I'm not going to say I guarantee you, but I can imagine at these different Passovers that they have, at these big, large events, and you see how the Most High cut it off this year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But in the past, I guarantee you they had people selling mixtapes. Come buy your perfumes over here.
Yeah.
And come get your soaps.
Oh no, the apostles and elders don't went into that.
Yeah,
how that was going on back in the old school.
So come buy your T-shirts, all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, you making the Father's house a place of merchandise, man.
Selling oils and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Because at that time with Yahweh Shai, man, think about it. You had the priests that was selling animals, for sacrifice, and they was getting money for it.
Yep.
They was getting money.
I was saying instead of making sure they was clean and making the sacrifice for the people, just like the prophet, just like the priest is supposed to.
Right.
They selling. They say, oh, okay. Well, if you're gonna be able to look, we got lambs, we got turtle doves, we got rams, we got
Lambs,
all.
tomatoes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
we got whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? And then they selling it at the Passover. Like, bro,
Oh, boy.
you just gonna keep stacking the shit up? Damn.
That's why the Most High got mad. That's why now, just as the Most High took away the sacrifice and he used Yahushua as that last sacrifice, how much more should we be walking in the last days, man?
Right.
Understanding the sacrifice that Yahushua made, knowing that ain't no other sacrifice that he ain't finna send Yahushua back to die again. He's sending Yahushua back to kill those that don't believe, man, and those that ain't obedient.
Yep.
And to deliver the ones that were obedient, man. That's what the Lord gonna do. You see? Go ahead.
It says in verse 15, and when ye shall spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you.
That lines perfectly up with what Proverbs the first chapter. You know, he says when you lift up your hands in prayer, when you praying unto me, I ain't finna hear you. I ain't listening to what you got. I ain't listening to what you got to say, nigga. That's exactly what the Most High saying.
Yep.
I ain't gonna listen to what you got to say, nigga. Now eat this missile. I'm gonna torture your ass while this happens too, because you was being a damn nigga the whole time on the planet Earth, and you knew my will. Go ahead.
It says, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear.
Hey, these people gonna be making prayers, man. Especially y'all that know the name and is playing games, man.
Oh man.
All over YouTube saying Jesus Christ
Man.
and Christ, you know, the Most High and Christ and all that, man. Hey, man. Now when you say his name in that time, he ain't finna hear you, man. At least you repent. At least you repent. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
It says, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood.
Your hands are full of blood. And why are your hands full of blood, man? Because you ain't warning the flock, man. What does it tell you in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter, man? He said what? Eat this roll, give them warning of me, man. And if you don't warn the people, the blood gonna be on your hands, man. Your hands are full of blood because you're not letting the people know what's coming, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 59 and 2. It says, but your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
Man, you got it, Yaquan.
Yeah, they over the tower, over the walls of the city, watching, damn well seeing the sword coming and not saying nothing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. They know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That these so-called leaders of Israel, they already know the end.
That's why you got all these. Now you got everybody and they mama talking about the chip.
Right.
Everybody talking about the chip, but you still got niggas over here talking about, nah, the chip ain't the mark. Well, the mark of the beast ain't that. Okay, then what is this chip that they talking about? And what is this chip then? Because you see it in the news. You hear them talking about it. Why is it? How come now, with everything going on with this whole coronavirus vaccine going on, why is it that now they talking about microchipping people under their skin to have surveillance on everybody? When it's been clearly said this for years.
I said they wasn't living the build up. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't living the build up. We don't live in the build up. Now that we see these things, we see them.
It's because GMS teaches.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening. You see, all these other groups, now it's evident what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because they were so caught up in their madness that they wasn't living the build-up. You know what I'm saying? Where's my dog? Maybe my dog can buy some lamb for me. No. That shit wasn't funny then. So it damn sure ain't funny now. And what's happening is the people seeing these things coming to pass and they starting to question their leadership. You know what I'm saying? That's why all these niggas doing damage control. You know what I'm saying? In the span of 2 days, Nate said, don't take the chip, take the chip. I'll take the chip to put my life on the line. The rest of y'all niggas some hoes because y'all won't. Nigga, you fucking quadruple mine. Every time you cut the camera on, you gonna say something different. Let your yay be yay or your nay be yay. You can call us hypocrites all you want to. You the one looking crazy in front of your congregation.
You still gonna have to answer as to why this microchip is still being pushed around.
We still waiting on ISU. Bro, ISUBK, every time they mention the mark of the beast, it's a different breakdown.
it used to be 666 white men.
Yeah.
You know, the mark of the beast.
Sleeping
and
with
then
white women.
Sleeping with white women.
But
It was an embargo.
yeah. King Solomon had it. Like, bruh,
So King Solomon had. I guess King Solomon had a rifle.
in his hand, buying and selling with it.
You caught up in your tangle of lies, and now it's being clearly evident and seen because your congregation is asking questions.
That's right.
Your congregation is putting the fire under your ass, and they asking questions, and you trying to just lie. You try to you. That's the thing. Whenever you lie, and then you try to lie, you try to compound another lie on top of a
keep
lie.
lying.
You got to keep lying to cover up that previous lie, to cover up that lie.
Just repent and say I was wrong.
Just say
That's
you was
right.
wrong.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
microchip, man.
I'm telling
Make yourself make it a whole lot easier.
Man,
for
Elder
yourself, man.
Benyamin, you know what I'm saying, for HODC, but what? That was a humble act, man. He said, look, he said Apostle Tahar was right. The mark of the beast is the microchip, and he came out on video and said it, man. He came out on video and said it,
And that's it, man.
and that was it. And he admitted it, and you know, Lord willing, he continued to push it. Lord willing. But these guys, hey, what's the scripture say? He giveth grace unto the humble, but he resists the proud.
Yep, and the proud is being resisted right now, man. You see? Cause bro, if you can't see that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, you proud.
You just proud.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Especially if you got a response, I say that. You know what I'm saying? If you heard that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, and you got a response that's way out of left field, it is what it is at this point.
But my whole thing
I'm
is
talking about the word done been broke down in every language.
But they don't. But the thing is, they don't. These other guys, they don't have any precepts to back
No.
what they say the mark of the beast.
Ain't
is.
no precept to say sleeping with white women is the mark of the beast.
Or it's a rifle.
Or an embargo.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't no precepts to back those. None.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go into the Greek and find that the mark of the beast is dealing with white women. Like,
Like, come on, man.
but that's what I'm saying. Bro, how you gonna sell though? How you gonna buy and sell? You got a white woman right here.
In your hand. No, that's because you holding her hand when you walking down to the store to go buy.
Okay, well walk down the street with the white woman and get your dog to buy lamb or whatever the hell you niggas talking
Yeah,
about.
you know.
It's the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. Man.
Yeah. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
like, man, we gonna stay on y'all, man. You know? Go ahead.
Says in verse 3, Isaiah 59:3, for your hands are defiled with blood,
Your hands are defiled with blood. We just broke that down. Go ahead.
and your fingers with iniquity.
Uh-huh.
Your lips have spoken lies.
Your lips have spoken lies, lying to the congregation, lying to the people,
Yep.
you know?
Lying to your pappy.
Lying to,
Yeah, because you know he lying to Esau.
Man.
You gotta lie fucking with Esau.
Shit. Go ahead.
It says, your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue hath muttered perverseness.
Your tongue has spoken perverseness, perverse things. And saying that the mark of the beast is 666 men in the congregation, or it's the white woman, or it's a weapon, it's an embargo, it's this and that, that's perverseness, man.
Right.
That's
Confusion.
you twisting the scriptures, man.
Confusion. Yeah.
Because now your congregation asking you, okay, so what is, I done heard is this, that.
Yep.
What is it?
Yep.
We need to know. But Great Millstone been saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Proving it, and now you see it happen. And now you got people in
Right.
mainstream media talking about it. The chip. And you got man, if you got Tommy Sotomayor talking about the RFID, if you got Tommy Sotomayor talking about the chip, he telling you it's in the book of Revelation,
Yep.
but you still got an Israelite that knows he's an Israelite, that believes he's an Israelite, trying to tell you that the mark of the beast isn't this. Most time, he blinded you, man.
That's right.
It says, none calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth.
None called for justice, and none pleaded for truth, man. You ain't out there, you wasn't in the gaps. You know, you worried about filling your own belly, man. Worried about filling your own pockets.
Yep.
And that's not gonna last you, man, just because it says believe. Good exclamation point.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read that again.
It says, verse 4, none calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth. They trust in vanity.
They trust in vanity. They trust in riches. Look at the discomforter. Look what happened to him. Look what happened to Tazadakia, man.
Mm-hmm.
He trusted it. He muttered perverseness, saying that he was the Holy Spirit on the scene. Over here, we take it over. All these music videos, having phantoms,
Record
all-
label.
record labels.
The Comforter got a record label.
Yeah, where does it say that was gonna happen in the scripture? You know? Now look at him. He in the spirit world with his head down, and you know, now you know he is Israel. He good, you know. But look at him. Look how he went out. Look how he went out.
That's the legacy.
That's his legacy. To get locked up for lying, for hiding, you know, trusting in Esau, trusting in his dainties, and what happened? Never trust your enemy. Now look at you. You got put in prison because you was being a nigga. You was being a nigga. Now look at him. Most high, he went out horribly, man. Horrible legacy. Now your children gotta ask about what happened to your father. He got locked up for being a fraud, and he died of a disease. Come on, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, they trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief.
They conceive mischief, man. They conceive mischief, man. You know, and they use this mischief to play on the minds of the weak. But once again, with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua being in control, somebody has to be the blind, and somebody has to be the leader of the blind.
Right.
That has to happen. That has to happen. There has to be those that are blind.
Beasts made to be taken and destroyed.
Created to be destroyed, man. You know? Somebody got to be blind, man. Somebody got to be awoken.
Man.
Go ahead.
It says, they conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. They hatch cockatrice eggs.
That's a poisonous animal, man. A poisonous, I want to say that's a snake.
Yeah,
You know, they said they hatch cockatrice eggs, man. You know? Pretty much they just bring them forth just poison, man.
Ye are of your father the devil. You know? The ways of the serpent has been multiplied even amongst our people, man. It says, and weave the spider's web. He that
We did not talking about that web of lies. You over here weaving the spider's web, man, getting tangled up in all the madness and BS.
Yeah, they always say it's spider webs on the dollar.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep, spider webs on the dollar.
That you covered after, man. But you're all gonna be burned up, man. You really think that? You really sincerely think that when all hell break loose, Esau gonna cut you a piece of the pie? You gonna be good, man? You must have forgot about Esau, man. You must have forgot about the devil.
It tells you that in 13th chapter.
Exactly, he tells you, man. It tells you what you would be for his prophet, but once he's done using you,
Yep.
what's gonna happen, man?
Toss you away.
Toss you away, ring you out twice. When you ring out something twice, you know when you ring out something twice, you getting that. You getting that out of there. If you ringing it out twice.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? You know, he said he gonna ring you out twice, man. Not once, twice. And that's what Esau does, man. He ring you out twice if he get the chance. You know? Go ahead.
it says, and weave the spider's web. He that eateth of their eggs dieth,
He that eateth of their eggs dieth. Go ahead.
and that which is crushed breaketh out into a viper.
And that which is crushed breaketh out into a viper, man. And the viper is a very, very dangerous serpent, man. You know? And that's the philosophies and the doctrines that you're pushing on our people, man, which, as you read up in the chapter, makes you have blood on your hands, man.
You saw that, Isaiah 56. All right. It's Isaiah 56:1. Thus saith Yahweh, keep ye judgment and do justice. For my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed.
Right. The Lord's righteousness and salvation is near to come to be revealed, man.
Right.
You know?
That was said in Isaiah.
Isaiah 56.
Yeah, that was said in that time, man. How much more now? We're going to proclaim that the Lord is going to bring his righteousness on the earth. And yes, his righteousness has a destruction involved in it, man. But destroying the wicked is a part of the Lord's righteousness, man.
Come.
Okay? It's not a message of hate, that's a message of salvation for the chosen people of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man.
Yep. It's a message of truth. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. At the end of the day, you see all these chariot sightings, man. As of lately, man, this past month, man, there's been so many chariot sightings,
Oh
man.
man.
Like, I'm talking about, man, bro.
Man,
Yeah, the Lord is proclaiming His majesty in front of these people. They don't have the eyes to see it. But, you know, those are signs for us to keep pushing in this thing, man, because His return is not.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right. Go ahead.
It says in verse 1, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Verse 2, blessed is the man that doeth this, and the Son of Man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it.
Now keep it that now it says it's blessed is the man that does this though. Because we read in Isaiah 11 or Isaiah 1 that they was polluting the Sabbath, the high holy days and the ceremonies, right? Now when you get that word pollute, I remember because I did a lesson on it, when you get that word pollute, it literally goes into not having any kind of sexual, not being ritually unclean, not being unclean ritually and sexually. But you got somebody, you can have sex on the Sabbath, openly just lying, just lying, just going off.
I said, but then the whole thing about the way they keep the Sabbath is out of pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
In the world, most of that goes down on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But when you take that away, now you try to justify it to make it look like, no, bruh. If you followed the Sabbath the way you were supposed to follow it, you wouldn't have to try to lie about getting some pussy on Saturday or Friday.
Because if the new moon fall on a Tuesday, from Tuesday night to Wednesday night, you good on the weekend. You do your thing.
You know what I'm saying? But the scripture also talk about don't judge no man in meat and drink and high holy day, but it's in there.
Right.
So if it's in there, it's a way to keep it.
Yeah, but they'll make that point. You know what I'm saying? Now, you ain't supposed to judge on a high holy day, but you openly saying that you can have sex on the Sabbath though.
But you won't eat ice cream. You ain't gonna eat no ice cream on the Sabbath because that's your pleasure. But you gonna knock your wife down. That's confusion, bro. That's confusion, bro.
Oh, man,
You know what I'm saying? Then you got niggas doing it. You got niggas doing it in the butt and all these different things, man. Like, you know.
They said you can't eat ice cream on Saturday.
Yeah. He held back off eating the Ben and Jerry's. Yeah. But his face wrapped in coochie.
Go ahead.
It says
You taking the counsel because you ate a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah. He did his pleasure on the Sabbath. Oh, that's
These people, man. That's ridiculous, man. That's completely ridiculous. That's disgusting. Here it is. Oh, I know my pleasure's ice cream. You know, I'm not gonna go there, but I am. You know, man.
Ass backwards, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and keepeth his hand from doing evil. Verse 3, neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to Yahweh speak, saying, Yahweh hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say.
Now the son of the stranger is talking about the Gentiles, the Gentile foreigners, man. Read that again.
Yeah, verse 3. Neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself unto Yahweh.
This lines up with Isaiah 14.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, neither let him speak, saying, Yahweh hath utterly separated me from this people.
Right, because you do have individuals that will pretty much, if you look like a Hamite or you may look like an Edomite or something like that, you can't come in because you white or you African, you know. And it's like you closing what do Yahweh Shah say again?
Shutting up the kingdom of
Yeah,
heaven.
you shut up the kingdom of heaven, man. You know. Go ahead.
It says, neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. For thus saith Yahweh unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths.
The eunuch, this is talking about a spiritual eunuch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. One that has no seed, like no children, but still physically capable of it.
Right.
It says,
Pretty much
because in the law, if you have something happen to your privy member, you won't be led into the kingdom of heaven.
Exactly.
So it wouldn't be no eunuchs. It wouldn't be no eunuchs in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying, going off like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why the brothers felt the need to differentiate. You see, you got a spiritual eunuch, you see, which is a man that just all he's about is the word. He don't deal with all that other stuff.
Like Paul.
Like Paul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yahweh Shai.
There you go.
Yeah.
You see? And then you got the eunuch that actually had their members chopped off, you know what I'm saying? Because they would have them to watch over the women. And when you have a man watching over women, all kind of things can pop off. So they would put a eunuch there, a man that couldn't get aroused or didn't have that privy member to keep those women in line or protected, and they could actually trust that man because he couldn't do nothing with them.
Yep.
You know?
And you know, like Yahweh Shai said, he said that those they have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake.
Mhm.
But eunuch also it can mean like a governor or
Right.
or like a ruler. You know, like Daniel was a eunuch.
You gotta look your words up.
Yeah, but when you go into Daniel's title of him being a eunuch, right, he was in a high level, in a high position within the Babylonian empire. You see? Like the elder said, you gotta look your words up. But this eunuch is talking about a man, a eunuch for the kingdom of heaven's sake, like Yahweh Shai said. This is what this is talking about. All right, not being pretty much affiliated really with this world like that.
Right.
You know? Go ahead. And just because you could have a wife, you know, you could have a wife that you deal with, you know, and be in this truth, and you can still be a eunuch for the kingdom of heaven, man.
Got a quick precept.
You got it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 14. It says, and blessed is the eunuch which with his hands hath wrought no iniquity, nor imagined wicked things against the Most High. For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith and inheritance in the temple of the Lord, more acceptable to his mind.
Man, you got it, bro.
Yeah, and so that's the
Yes.
spiritual eunuch, man.
Right, the lines right up.
You know?
Because when you read up, if I may, when you read up, it talks about what? They're not polluting the Sabbath. And then it read here, it says he didn't put his hand in evil or wickedness. You see? So it's the same concept, man. Go ahead.
Continuing on, Isaiah 56 and 4. For thus saith Yahweh unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me, and take hold of my covenant, even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and a name better than the sons of the daughters. And a name better than of sons and of daughters.
So he's gonna put his name. He's gonna give you a name that's higher than the name of the rest. You know, like the elect are gonna have a name higher than the rest of Israel, underneath Yahweh Shai, of course. You know, but if you please the Lord, he says that he's gonna give you a name better than of just sons and daughters, man. Because there's gonna be the sons and daughters of Israel in the kingdom, and they're gonna be good. You know, but then you're gonna have the elect above them. Then you're gonna have Yahweh Shai. Then you're gonna have Yahweh. You know. Go ahead.
It says, verse 5, even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and a name better than of the sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off.
An everlasting name that shall not be cut off. Go ahead.
Verse 6, also the sons of the stranger that join themselves unto Yahweh to serve him and to love the name of Yahweh, to be his servants, every one that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and taketh hold of my covenant.
Right, and that's going into the Israelite foreigners. Go ahead.
Verse 7, even them will I,
That's the Jew and the Greek, right there. Go ahead.
it says, even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and will make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted in mine altar, for mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people.
For all people, and that's going to lead into what? Isaiah the 2nd chapter, when the different heathen nations are going to have to come to us to learn the law, statutes, and commandments. You know. Go ahead.
It says,
There's a point verse you get. But go ahead.
verse 8, for Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel.
Which gathereth the outcasts of Israel, which proves that that's talking about the Israelite foreigners.
Yeah.
right? He's going to gather the outcasts of Israel that's been scattered. Go ahead.
It says, for Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel, saith, yet will I gather others to him, beside those that are gathered unto him.
Read that again.
It says, verse 8, Isaiah 56 and 8, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel, saith,
Right.
yet will I gather others to him,
Yet will I gather others. Yet will I gather others to him. Go ahead.
beside those that are gathered unto him.
Beside those that are gathered unto him. That's going into what? That's going, like I said earlier, there's no difference between the Jew and the Greek. See? Go ahead.
This is St. John chapter 10 and 16. Other sheep I have which are not of this fold. Them also must I bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
There shall be one fold and one shepherd, man. It's gonna be one body, man. You know, and that goes into the Israelites. That's us. We were once in this world not knowing we were Israelites, following after the customs of America. You know what I'm saying? The customs of Esau and in this place. You know, but once we came in, what? We began to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. We came back to our heritage. You know, and we've been brought back in. You know? Go ahead.
This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. It says, behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High.
Right, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. We have been brought back into the adoption as sons. You know, and that brings great joy, man. Because in the time of the New Testament, at that time, you had Jake that was following after the Greek customs, you know, believing on Yahushua, man. You know, believing on the prophecies and saying, "Oh, dang, that was me." Dang, that comes back to us. Oh, well, dang. Same thing, man. Go ahead and jump back to Isaiah 56.
It says, Isaiah 56 and 9. Oh, wait, hold on. Verse 9, it says, all ye beasts of the field come to devour. Yea, all ye beasts in the forest. His watchmen are blind.
His watchmen are blind. Go ahead.
It says, they are all ignorant.
They are all ignorant. They all don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. Right? They said they're blind and they're ignorant. Go ahead.
It says, they are all dumb dogs.
They are all dumb dogs. Go ahead.
They cannot bark.
They cannot bark. So what's the reason why you get a dog? You get a dog. You really get a dog as a dog is really like a surveillance camera.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course you have a dog or a pet, you know, as a pet too, you know. It's a beast that you love, but it's, at the end of the day, what would you want to get a dog that doesn't bark if somebody was getting ready to come into the house, into your house and intrude and steal something? Or if it's suspected something? No, man, you would get rid of that dog.
Well, it'd be embarrassing
Yeah.
for that to happen. You know, somebody just intrude your house and the dog didn't do nothing, just watch you get your ass whooped and your stuff taken, and the dog just
Dog run his ass down.
lick the thieves' hands and shit.
Yeah,
You
man.
get rid of that dog, man.
Exactly. That's what the Most High is going to do to the prophets that are dumb, man. That ain't barking.
Yep.
You know, we over here barking, letting you know what the mark of the beast is. We barking, telling you that martial law is getting ready to take place. We barking, telling you that the R-Party microchips are mark of the beast. We barking to you that Jacob's trouble is getting ready to take place. It's already happened. We're telling you these things, but the other leaders, they're telling you, nah, that ain't true, or nah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't it. Nah, the mark of the beast isn't the chip. It's not.
Yeah, I want to say, bro, when is the Lord coming back? Because the prophet's telling you what to look for, but then you got the false prophets like, nah, don't listen to them. No, make me a sandwich. John the Baptist ain't in the truth.
Yeah, give me some
anything to throw him off.
Give me some hot sauce.
Yeah, John the Baptist is like sriracha sauce on French fries. Like, what are you talking about?
What are you going in?
Yeah.
He said, John the Baptist is a plate of fish. Hand me the hot sauce.
Name the lesson then. That was the name of the lesson.
Like, what are you talking about?
If I
John
say
the
John, you
Baptist
gonna
is a
plate
plate
of
of
fish, you can hand me the hot sauce.
You gonna pay for that, man.
Yeah. Yep.
You know? That's disgusting.
Yeah, man. A bowl of disgusting abomination, man.
Yeah, that's like
That was horrible.
yeah.
That
The
was
Lord loved John the
ridiculous.
Baptist, man.
Yeah, that was his cousin. That was his cousin.
Come on,
The
man.
the forerunner.
I was like, but hey, they freed Barabbas too, man.
Yeah.
They freed Barabbas. You know. Somebody else got something?
You want to speak?
Uh,
Anybody?
yeah. What was being read? I'll pick up wherever.
It was Isaiah 56, unless you was done.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a little bit more of it. It says, they are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber.
Matter of fact, get a wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we living in the times now to where that's actually people like to use that for certain situations, but you can utilize that in any situation. You know what I'm saying? The parables that the Lord taught was teaching us how to be wise. You know, turning the other cheek and those different things. You see, we live in a society now to where they think that turn the other cheek means if somebody hits you in your jaw, let them hit you on the other side, and you showing humility. No. Now we living in the time. Just like earlier, we was talking about if the city that you in is talking about you got to wear a mask to be out, you being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove by complying to that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you know it's gonna cause problems for you if you don't have a mask, but you're gonna say I got faith and go out there without a mask and get arrested, come on, man. That's not sensible. That's not being prudent.
That's
You
right.
see? So when you say be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, in the times that you living in, one thing that will qualify as being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove is going out with your mask and all that stuff. Because if you don't have that stuff, you ain't gonna make it back to the crib with the groceries that you left for.
That's right.
You see? I ain't going to the store. I ain't buying nothing. But the Lord blessed you with a pocket full of money. Stop being stupid, man.
That's right.
Right.
The Lord didn't give us this truth for us to be dumb as fucking hell.
That's right.
Stop that shit, man. Being righteous over. Look, man. If the Lord said that you can use your money to as a defense, then use your money as a defense, bro. You know what I'm saying? They try to pick their spots where they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove on the highway in traffic, right? Cause you wise enough to know that if you get into a fight with this nigga that just cut you off, that's gonna be problems for you and him. So being wise as a serpent is just fall back and let him go. Harmless as a dove, you ain't got to deal with all this bullshit. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise.
And that's what I'm saying, and that's what be happening, man. Jacob try to be too righteous. Talk about they stepping out on faith, when the prudent thing was for you to just go ahead and do what you could do so you can be in a better case later.
It really is vanity.
You know?
You're not being righteous. You're just being
Con.
You're being vain. And you're looking for attention.
And you being, yep.
Yeah.
Somebody, oh, look at him being different. He didn't have a mask on. You know?
Kinda.
You know what I'm saying?
You didn't wear that mask because you're trying to show your faith, man. You didn't want to wear a mask because you wanted somebody to notice that shit.
Right.
It's either you in the truth or you not. That's the thinking of a man who's not in the truth. Jake, see you at work the other day, bro. Why everybody got this mask on? Which ain't nothing going on. Which to a certain degree, he correct, but at the same time he don't understand being in the spirit of agree with thine adversary, man.
Right.
See, that's the way of a 2/3 thinking, man. If you know the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, man, you shouldn't be thinking like, well, I'm gonna do now, bro. You gonna agree with thine adversary, bro.
Right.
You gonna try to make your day easier, bro. Because it's
a lot-
already hell out here.
And the thing is, we teaching the word. You know what I'm saying? So as long as the Lord open it up to where you can still teach the word, then it is what it is. That's what it's about.
That's right.
It's about teaching the word.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna say, because now, if they say y'all can't come outside no more, then we just gonna have to do the lessons on the internet.
Yeah.
But as long as you're able to do both, you're gonna have to deal wisely doing both. Because even though we've been dealing on the internet, they've been chopping down the videos because of the way we title them, the topics we talking about. So we gotta make the adjustments. You know what I'm saying? When the glory changed, you change with the glory.
That's right.
Period, point blank. You can get left behind if that's what it is, but at the end of the day, man, if the Lord got it set up to where right now I gotta wear a mask and the gloves just to get to camp, I'm gonna wear the mask and the gloves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For the election.
That's what I'm saying.
You
So
gotta endure it for the. You gotta suffer for the election.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's not a big deal, man.
You know?
Wear the damn mask, man.
Or not. That's what I'm saying. If you don't want to wear the mask, stay your ass in the house.
Hey, check this out.
But then don't get on no video talking about you stir crazy. Look, ain't nobody got time for look. Go on with all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake in there, I'm gonna complain no matter what. Look, man, learn or burn. Right? If you're gonna complain on the highways and the byway, complain in the way that the scriptures tell us to complain. But just cut on the camera and just let it rip, absolutely not. No, it's enough of that going on in the world, man. That ain't the prophet's lot. Like the apostles and the elders been saying through the spirit, man, edify, bro. Edify. You know what I'm saying? Jay just cut on the camera and talk, man. No, man.
But the thing is, that's why it says what? It says, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? It's a question. He said, if you make yourself over wise and over righteous, he says, don't do that. Why shouldest thou destroy yourself?
Gone.
Why put yourself in a bad position?
Because if you break one law, you break all of them.
Because now what's gonna happen? You go out in the house, I'm gonna show my faith. I ain't finna wear no mask, man. F Esau. Now you get locked up, and now you're gonna make a video entitled, man, the prophet of the Lord goes to prison for suffering wrongfully in prison because of you in prison because your ass was being dumb.
Wouldn't nobody bail me out?
Yeah.
Bro, we bailed you out before you went out there. You just didn't hearken to the bail money. This is the bail money. Yeah, you didn't hearken to the bail money, Jack. That's why you in a bad situation, man, because you could have avoided that situation by being prudent, man. You see? You always say you believe your boss. You don't like your boss, but you trust in what they say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether you like your boss or not, you follow instructions, my nigga.
Hella yes, sirs.
You know what I'm saying? The hell of yes, ma'am.
Yep.
You see? Or whatever other pronoun is being used.
That's right.
This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 20. He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and who trusteth in the Lord happy is he.
Yep. Trusting in the Lord is trusting in the word.
Sure.
Yeah, you gotta handle whatever situation, man. Today, I was at Texas Instruments, and they require for you to wear. They give you the mask.
Yeah, they don't play up in there.
Yeah, and then they use some things to test your temperature. So if you disagree, they're gonna be like, all right, we can't let you go in. And then what my job gonna say? Be like, why did you refuse?
Yep.
Like, well, it's cause I believe that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at me like, okay, well, you fine.
Yep.
And they're gonna deem you as we already deemed as undesirables by the so-called dominant society, man.
Yeah, then you got an attitude.
Yeah. Oh, nigga, you got an attitude? Hell nah. Matter of fact, man. I don't trust you, man. Let me call somebody down there.
He said, hey, Bill, Rashad just told me what he isn't gonna do. Get Rashad ass out the door. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta know how to deal, man. I was saying, even when the people was lying on the Lord and he was on trial, and you know what I'm saying, Pontius Pilate was up there, he was like, man, look, you said it, I didn't, man. Thou sayest, he ain't had nothing to say. Because he understood what was happening, But Jacob put themselves in a compromising position and try to blame it on the spirit. Go ahead.
This is like, if I may just make one more point. It's just like Paul using his Roman citizenship. It's like Paul using his Roman citizenship to get out of certain situations. Yeah. He uses Roman citizenship. Like when he went to Philippi in Acts 16 and he got beat by the magistrates. And at the end of the chapter, he was like, man, look, they didn't know he was a Roman.
Yeah, Roman citizen cussing at Rome.
And he used that. He was like, no, and the people didn't want to. They was like, well, he wanted to talk to. He wanted to pretty much talk to the higher ups. Like, man, look. Yeah. And they was like, no, they tried to cripple it. Yeah, actually, man, you good. Just go ahead and leave the city. So he was like, nah, I wanted to talk to somebody, man. He was being wise and serving the harmless of the dogs, man.
That's right.
Think about a confusing face. Right. Who looks like an Edomite. Jay used to do that. Yeah, speckled bird. Yeah, speckled bird. Jay used to do that. I got this for you, Zapone. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
That's what I'm saying. Sheep in the midst of wolves, man. Mm-hmm. If sheep see wolves, they act a certain way because they don't want to get destroyed.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as
That's
doves.
what I'm saying, bro. You wise enough to be able to assess the situation and harmless enough to get out of it without being a fool about it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You wise as I would say, you wise as, yeah, you know you got God-given rights. But that police officer that turned them red and blue lights on don't give a damn about that. You know what I'm saying? So you need to learn how to, you need to deal harmlessly with him. You need to be wise enough not to piss him off. You know what I'm saying? Harmless enough not to pose no threat. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, you get to drive off. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord put the spirit on him to let you go. But that's what I'm saying. The Lord put the spirit on you to act a certain way to not get jacked up, man.
That's right.
You see? Everybody think they got to be in trouble when they utilize the scriptures. Nah, man. You can utilize the scriptures on a beautiful day. You know what I'm saying? You can turn the cheek in a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You sitting next to a table with some homosexuals, right? You a judge, right? You fresh out the highways and the byways. Just got through teaching. You a judge of the Heavenly Father. Are you finna kill both of them on the spot? Or are you gonna just ignore them or just move to another table? That's turning the other cheek. You see? You literally looking over there, you turning the other cheek so you don't have to see that. Or you can leave the restaurant, all types of things. But if you sit there and stew, man, motherfucking burgers, I hate burgers, and you spun through their soup and kick the table over, you going to goddamn jail.
That's right.
Con.
That's right.
That's what wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove means. That's what turn the other cheek mean. Mean when you see complete wickedness and you feel it. You feel yourself bubbling up. But you don't live in a society where you can do that. We don't live in a society where we can hit a nigga with rocks until his ass die.
Yeah. Well, there's levels of judgment. Because you judge it as a wicked act, but you also understand that the judgment for that is the Most High going to play out on it.
Exactly.
You know, because that's what a lot of these Christians like to say. Well, you can't judge.
Right.
Scripture say don't judge. Well, no, I can't put you to death.
Exactly.
But I know that the Scripture says that that's against what the Most High wants us to do and act.
That's right.
So I'm judging that situation.
Yep.
There's levels to it.
Yep. You're just not executing the judgment.
Right.
Because it ain't time for that.
Con.
You see? Go ahead.
This is back in Matthew chapter 10, verse 17. But beware of men.
I was say, here it is, your family at the crib starving, but you don't want to wear no mask. Take your ass to the store. Or not. Bro, they even got it set up to now. To where you can call the grocery store, place your order ahead, and when you pull up, they'll have the shit in the parking spot waiting for you.
Yeah.
So you still ain't got no excuse.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? But Jacob want to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said his prophets gonna eat ox. Really? Really? Stomach and knots because there ain't nothing in his house because he wasn't prudent. You see? Now you looking now you on the patio waiting for a raven. You gotta know what time you in, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Back in Matthew chapter 10.
He waiting on Habakkuk to show up. He waiting on Habakkuk to show up with a plate like he did for Daniel in Babylon. Hey, but things like that'll happen. Things like that'll happen. You know what I'm saying? Things like that have happened because it's documented history.
Con.
But bro, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Bro, you wise enough to know that you got enough money to go to the store now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Go ahead.
Verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
That's what I'm saying. So you know, if you know it's men out there that'll scourge you in their synagogues and do all these things for you, to you, wouldn't you try to avoid those men or stay away from them? That's being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. That's what I'm saying. Come on, bro. That's what being wise is. Understanding the situation and being able to flee. You see? You don't stay there and get beat up. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, we coming up to that time. If you get arrested right now, it's probably because you was on some bull.
That's right.
Getting arrested as a digger and getting arrested for the Lord's name's sake is two different things. Two completely different things. You know? Go ahead.
for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
Bro, it's people that's gonna be set up to lie on you. You want to avoid those people until it's time. But the thing is, while you agreeing with your adversary and you turning the other cheek and you being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, that's a build-up for when it actually hit the fan. You see? The knowledge and wisdom being your stability in that time, that ain't just talking about when your head under a guillotine. It's talking all the way from the time you put your hand to the plow to the build-up for your head being in that guillotine. And if you did what you were supposed to do, your head ain't gonna suffer in that guillotine. Whether your head get chopped off, or whether that blade break, or whether the Lord all of a sudden give you spiritual power, you built up to whatever the Lord got planned for you, man. Let's go. Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 21, verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
That's what we building up to that. You remember when all them people was trying to blame it on the Apostles of Hall about the 2000 prophecy and the mark of the beast and all these different things? Now they starting to see those things that we were saying years ago. Those things that were being said years ago, now you starting to see those things come to pass. You starting to see these prophecies come to fruition, man. You see? And it is what it is, man. Because, bro, it's people in all these other Israelite groups that's going to repent and come back to the Heavenly Father, man. And it's a lot of them people that's going to get destroyed. Period, point blank. You see? 2/3. Just like the scriptures say, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you might be put in that situation to where you did what you were supposed to do. You spoke the way the Lord wanted you to. You moved with wisdom, and then you're gonna be. They're gonna say like, man, we can't say nothing against this dude, but we still gonna put him to death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is verse 16. It says, and he shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death.
And that's what I'm saying. Now think about it. Think about that. That's gonna happen when that time comes. But you got Jake that's treating their parents like they done already did that shit to them. You see? Because they don't understand the time they in. Right? Somebody get that precept where it talk about what the Lord was talking about. You can look and see the times and the seasons and all that, but you can't see.
Oh yeah.
This is the end.
The sky is red and lowering.
There we go.
Yeah.
And somebody can find that.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because the thing is, look, you can have an understanding of a precept, but until you apply it to your life in certain situations, then it remains to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because Jake got faith when everything all good. Jake got faith when everything all good, but then when the adversity hit, that changes things, man. And you pray that the zeal that you have right now is 100-fold if you in this position. Go ahead.
Matthew 16:3. In the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red, and in lowering, O you hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
That's what I'm saying, man. You can look in the sky and tell the seasons, but you can't tell that it's wartime.
Yeah. I think it's gonna rain here.
You know what I'm saying?
My knees hurt.
Shit.
And you got all these different you got all these other signs in the earth that tell you certain things, but then when you see the news the way it's sparking up, when you see these different prophecies coming to pass, you see all these different things. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, but the scripture tell you to look for these things. I mean, how you gonna measure the time if you ain't looking for the things that the Bible tell you to look for?
You see? And the
know
people
that's
that ain't
not
looking
right.
got the most to say.
You know that's talking about Jake, because that's all Jake do, man. They go to these barbershops. All Jake do is talk about what they know, and then you gotta listen to this, and have you read that? But they don't know that the Esau is your enemy, man. That this self-proclaimed white man is the devil, man.
Yeah.
Don't even know that.
Yeah. You know the white man evil, but he ain't the devil. He evil, but he ain't the devil. Like, bruh, add a D. Add the D, fool. Yeah, he's evil. He's the devil, bro. The Lord set him up to be that way, and the scriptures say so, man. Period. Was that it on there, Yankwab? I wasn't gonna use it. You finished yours. Okay, yeah. Go back to yours.
This is verse back in Luke 21, verse 17. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish.
That's what I'm saying, man. We coming into that time, man. We coming into that time. You see? Go ahead.
in your patience possess ye your souls, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then
That's what I'm saying, telling you what to look for. If you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, that means the prophecy happened. Go ahead.
then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
That's what I'm saying, man. The Lord is going to give us signs that we're going to be able to see. Signs in the heavens, signs in the earth. You know what I'm saying? The news that Bro, that nigga doing all that shit going 20.
Bro, that shit was going nowhere. Like, you got that bitch in neutral.
Like, back in Matthew chapter 10, verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
That's what I'm saying, man. We building up to that. You see, it was gonna come a time in the world. What's that? Ezekiel 37, where it talked about how we was gonna raise up, the dry bones was gonna be raised up. They was gonna preach the word. People was gonna be waking up through their word, pursuant to John 17, and all these things were gonna build up to this right here. You see, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before the prophets or before the gates of the nobles. You see, but that's what I'm saying. We got to build up to that, man. You see, because what they do, they laugh at you first. You know what I'm saying? They laugh at you and blow you off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then they get offended.
Mm-hmm.
Then they want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a progression.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go ahead. It's called motherfucker.
Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak.
That's what I'm saying. Letting you know it's gonna come a point in time to where you're gonna be caught up. You're gonna be delivered up to these devils, man. You see? And the scripture already said that you're gonna be given a mouth that they can't gainsay or resist. Because the Lord is gonna take over. Right? But he ain't gonna say the Lord ain't finna fill up no vessel that ain't about that. You see? So all those small victories that we got along the way, you know what I'm saying, getting up all those times we fell, lead up to being in front of the gates of the nobles. And the Lord putting his words in your mouth that they can't gainsay or resist. You don't just show up.
Right. I got one real quick to go with that.
Go ahead.
In Matthew 10 and 20, for it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
That's what I'm saying. That don't apply to everybody. Because there's a lot of people that's speaking that the Lord ain't speaking through. And that's just true. That ain't trying to throw no side shots or sneak disses or none of that. That's just true. The planet is overpopulated by people that need to shut the hell up.
Yep.
Go ahead.
For it shall be given, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
That's what I'm saying, man. So while you in that cell, or in that concentration camp or whatever, the scriptures show that our forefathers was praying the whole time, and then when they got in front of whoever they got in front of, the Lord filled their mouth up with his words. You know what I'm saying? Daniel wasn't in the lion's den panicking, he was praying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hananiah, Mishael, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You know what I'm saying? They was praying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was praying. When Yahushua was on the cross, he prayed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime, bro, even when you just running through scenarios in your head, think about these things on a prayer versus panic scale. Am I gonna pray when my head is under a guillotine, or am I gonna panic when my head is under a guillotine? You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna pray if my family get taken away from me, or am I gonna panic? Right?
Con.
If the shit hit the fan and I'm all by myself, am I gonna pray, or am I gonna panic? Right? Because a lot of people gonna panic.
Con.
But the men that's gonna pray are the men that been getting ready for this. You see, we've been being groomed for the last days. And Lord willing, we endure to the end, man. You see, we believe that the Lord is gonna lift up a standard and raise us up. We believe that. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him.
That don't just mean just with the cops. You know what I'm saying? Jacob jump in the chat and be talking about a co-worker that's messing with him or something like that. That apply to him too. Whatever you got to do to supplant that situation to ease it up. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord gave us this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding for. To utilize it in these situations. You know what I'm saying? You think you can't use being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove in a call center? You know what I'm saying? You can't turn the other cheek in Fuzzy's taco shop. Yes, you can.
This is a prime example of that yesterday, man. This little she's from the northern tribe, but she can't seem to control her mouth, man, at the office, man. Talking to grown men crazy, man. Calling them the B word. That's how I talk. That's how I talk. You know what I'm saying? People letting her slide, you know, for that one day until yesterday. To an old head. Just a real nigga with them rusty knuckles, them hands, the country hands. He said, look, man, when I'm in there talking to her, I'm trying to handle this. Shut your mouth, man. Nigga, that's how I see you think I'm scared? He stepped right to her. My nigga, he said, they ain't got nothing to do with you being scared. Don't you know I slapped the shit out you? All humbleness.
That's why I say a brave motherfucker.
I ain't scared. Nigga, you ain't got to be scared. Right here.
Yeah.
Where was all the tough talk, man?
Like you say in the hood, you ain't gotta be scared to get your ass.
I'm telling you. You ain't have to be scared. I would say like scared automatically mean be. Most scared people will fuck you up. You put them in that corner. Hey, you ain't scared. That don't mean nothing to the nigga that's doing the damage. He ain't scared either. Okay, so since both of y'all ain't scared, I guess it should have been a tie. Let's go, man.
God. Back in Matthew chapter 5, back in verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge.
That's what I'm saying. He's telling you to agree with the adversary quickly to avoid trouble.
Man, you know what a good example is? All these Israelites, they keep getting pulled over and the cop asks him, like, let me see your driver's license. And they'll be like, why you pulling me over? What's the reason? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just give me your license. And you can avoid the whole altercation that is about to happen.
Because that Jake love to say that, check it, my license good, my registration good, my insurance good, but you ain't gonna show it to him because you sovereign. And that's why you lumped up in the hospital, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Just show him your shit so you can go.
Be quiet. Every time I done got out of tickets, I'm just quiet.
Yeah.
Information.
You know, give him what they asked for.
They like, slow it down, son.
Yeah. You know? and you keep it moving. Yeah. Or you can ask him why he pulled you over, talk shit, and get shot in the back. Like, come on, man. Go ahead.
Back in verse 45. And the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison.
That's what I'm saying. You can avoid that. You know what I'm saying? By being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, by agreeing with your adversary, you can avoid being thrown into prison. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you end up getting locked up for the word's sake, then that's something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord sure gonna look out for you if you was doing the work. You know what I'm saying? But if you tempt the Lord, you know what I'm saying? If you tempt the Lord on your own carnal madness, then you probably gonna end up in jail on some bull. But if you teaching the word and you get locked up, that's something different, man. And you gotta be able to you have to understand the difference between the two, man. You know what I'm saying? If Jacob put himself in a messed up position and then try to blame it on somebody else, nah, bro. Nah, that ain't the advice you was giving. That ain't the advice you was giving, bro. You thought you was gonna clown. You done cut your. I was saying Jake love to record. Yeah. Jake get pulled over and shit. They got the call over here.
Man.
Yeah, what's going on, officer? I know my rights. Oh, I'm sorry. We see that shit all the time. We see that shit all the time.
I don't give a shit about them.
He got a camera on too.
Yeah. Got a camera on here, got a camera right here. What they got, the chest cam, man. To where they can see everything and they still roughing dudes up.
You will be justified with paid leave.
Yeah. I'm sovereign. Man, if you don't get your ass out of here,
You got protocols for all of that, man. You in a system, man. You're not
Right.
gonna
supplant them in their own system, man.
Oh,
Now you gonna one up from all Apple phones. They got phones too, man.
You saw bro,
you record. Nigga, his chest got a camera, his car got a camera. He looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, that don't work. That don't work, bro.
All right, back in Matthew chapter 5, verse 26. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing.
All right, that's it on it.
And that's coming up off them coins, man. Like the Zaquan was going into. Like, hell, you had the bail. You had the bail through the Spirit. You didn't even have to go through that, bro.
I'm telling you, man.
You could have just shut the hell up and kept it moving. Because a lot of times, bro, it be situations, bro. Cops will give you the opportunity. Like, look, man, I ain't trying to do no paperwork, man. You good? I'm good. Let me run your ID right quick. I'm gonna come back.
Yep.
All right, Miss Smith. Good to go. Have a good night. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, man. Because I was saying, bro, they ain't itching to deal with you like that.
But you wanted to be Huey P. Newton.
You know what I'm saying? I was saying you got pulled up because you were doing too much. Yeah, you got pulled up because you were doing too much. Jay going 80 in a 60. You know what I'm saying? And then want to get fly with the cops talking about what you ain't gonna do. Bruh, he pulled you up because you were doing too much.
This is not within my rights. Man, you gonna get your ass busted. Hey, Romans the 13th chapter goes in that saying you don't bear the sword in vain.
I'm telling you, man.
Now these people be getting our smoke shot. It tells you, the scripture said that he's a minister of the Lord, man. You got it, man.
That's the Spirit. Now, you good? Go ahead. I'm just get to the point. Romans 13:4. For he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of the Most High, and revenger to execute wrath upon him that doth evil.
Man. And that's why Jake been getting jacked up, man. Jake been being evil, being wicked, shit, and the Lord will send that judgment via cop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when the dude get judged right there on the spot. Yeah, I want to say you worked up to that. Yeah, you built that up.
What's that movie called? Judge Dredd? Yeah, that's Judge Dredd.
Man. I'm telling you, I'm talking about nigga pull you over, judge you, and kill you right there.
This is Proverbs chapter 17, verse 11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
Ooh, read that again.
That's the precept to that.
This is Proverbs 17, verse 11. It says, an evil man seeketh only rebellion.
An evil man seeketh only rebellion. I ain't wearing no mask. They got me messed up. This my hood. Ain't nobody finna tell me when I can go in the dang house. Right?
Yeah.
Read it.
Well, we were watching that movie Tales from the Hood, man.
Oh.
What's that nigga
Classic.
name, man?
Classic. Crazy K.
Yeah. That's how Jake act, man.
Yeah.
Just completely rebellious. Didn't matter what he said, man. You know, there was one scene in the movie where they were showing Jake all the people he killed, man. And then the little girl was like, man, I'm just sitting in the house eating ice cream. And versus being like, damn, my bad. He was like,
well, she was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Bullet ain't got a name on it, you know.
She was in the wrong place at the wrong time. She in her house eating ice cream.
Man, hey, like that Jake that got shot eating ice cream.
There you go, man.
And hey, you know, that Jake's just rebellious, man. That's why the Lord is gonna deal with 2/3 of my nation violently, man.
rebellious.
They're not gonna listen, man.
Yeah, that's why he got killed, because he was rebellious. Go ahead.
Now, an evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent
That's
against
what I'm
him.
saying. That cruel messenger, sometimes it's a cop, man. Sometimes it's another nigga. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord gonna send that cruel messenger to get you up out of there, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord say, you ain't got no more use on the planet right now. Come up, come sit down, man. Come sit down.
Come on over here.
Sit by me.
Yeah.
Go lay down.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. That's what I'm saying. Live peaceably with all men, if at all possible, man. And that starts with you, man. You see? Woo. Jake think just because they find out they're Israelite that everybody got to bow down. No, not yet. Not yet. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written.
Avenge not yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Jake want to get you got an overabundance of people that want to get their leg back. Go ahead.
Vengeance is mine. I will repay.
That's
Say,
right. And that's why you turn the other cheek.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why you turn the other cheek, because you know the Lord is going to handle that, man.
Right, the prophecies are popping, man.
There you go.
There's your revenge. The Lord is destroying Babylon the Great and the beast, man.
I'm telling you, piece by piece.
You know, kick back with some popcorn and watch it go down, man. You have the luxury of being in this faith and this truth to know what's gonna happen, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know. Go ahead. You got the bird.
Back in verse 19. I will repay, saith the Lord. And that's and that's also twofold, man. For these heathen nations and 2/3 of our people, man, who come up against the men of the Lord, man. Because we still gotta live in a society. Brothers still have to get up in the morning. Brothers still got to pump gas. Brothers still got to go to the grocery store. Brothers still have to go to banks. Brothers still have to pay bills, man. We got to, we granted, we have our moments, but we know, like, bro, this ain't the time, this ain't the place. Keep your cool, be in the spirit. Because hell yeah, you want to curse, certain people out who be in a service industry. They be rude as hell, But then at the back of my mind, I kind of keep it, and also at the front, well, that's Jake. They catching hell too. Yeah. Even though they shouldn't, be, wearing their feelings on their shoulder, but you get it, like, I'm gonna let them have it, bro. I just want to get out this snow, bro.
Why is it disturbing homeless as a dub? Because, bro, a lot of people need their ass whooped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, who's to say that your ass don't need to be whooped? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You in there all proud, thinking you in the spirit, and the Lord messing around and judge you.
As a matter of fact, if I may, there's a video that came out. It was Jake at the gas station. He was in the gas station, and then another dude came up and walked up on him. And the dude that was in the gas station, his friend was in the car, right? And Jake walked up on him. He was like, "Hey man, is that your homeboy outside?" He was like, "Hey man, let him know, man, that I don't play these games out here, man. Yeah, I'll catch a body out here." And he was like, "Man," the dude like, "Man, what's going on?" He was like, "Man, your homeboy keep trying to sell me some weed. I don't even smoke." He was like, "I don't smoke, man." And he keep trying to sell me something. He was like, "Man, shit, it makes it like he trying to rob me." And then the dude that was his friend, right, that was in the gas station with him. He was like, "Well, shit, man, if somebody was trying to rob me, they would have did it already." He was like, "Man, shit." He was like, "Man, somebody trying to rob me, they be dead in the mud." And the dude said, "Man," he said, "What?" Bow, shot the dude and ran off and killed the dude outside, man. Just because he was talking too much. Man. He was talking too damn much. And the dude told him, like, "Man, just tell your homeboy to chill. I don't smoke." And what happened? He was like, "Man, somebody tried to rob you, man. It would have happened already." Dude shot him. And ran outside and killed his friend and then dipped off.
That's what that combo was.
You wearing that Dragon Ball Z shirt or sweater?
That red sweater. Yeah, Jake with the long hair. Yeah.
He killed him, man.
Something that easily, once again, like the elder and the brothers been going into, it could have been easily avoided.
That precept you just read in Proverbs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord sent. Read it again, Baba Kasha.
This is Proverbs chapter 17. Verse 11, it says, an evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
That's what I'm saying. That cruel messenger was sent in the scenario the brother just broke down. You see? Right there and then. You know what I'm saying? It had built up to the point where the Lord was like, "You know what? Yeah.
You talking too much shit.
Yep, it's time." You got something?
Ecclesiastes 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
That's right.
In that time of destruction, they pour out their force.
The force was poured out on old boy. You know what I'm saying? The force was poured out on old boy and his partner. You see?
And appease the wrath of him that made them.
Also, I ain't never been shot, but I done been with people that got shot before. Go ahead. That was it? All right. You got something?
No, I was looking for something.
All right. Anybody else holding something?
I got Proverbs. This is a quick one.
Come on.
This is Proverbs chapter 3. Verse 30. It says, strive not with a man without cause, if he had done thee no harm.
Right.
So if you haven't been hurt or been affected by the situation by anybody, then don't try and find a reason to make it a problem.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The dude cut you off on the street. Don't go up there honking, dun, 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 you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Flipping them off. Because then you might run into the wrong person that day, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, I had to tell my wife. I had to tell my wife the other day. We was I think we was at Target or somewhere shopping. You know what I'm saying? And somebody had I don't even think they bumped her. They just got close. You know what I'm saying? And she got all hot up under the collar and all that. I said, you know, I'm the one that's gonna have to fight.
Right.
With you sitting up here getting ready to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just true. That's just true. You know what I'm saying? You go huff and puff and blow somebody's house down, and I'm the one that's gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, if I need to leave your ass at the crib when I go to the store, then you just give me a fucking list.
That's right.
Because you're not finna get my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But it is what it is.
Straight up, right?
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? She a master being wise and serving homeless as a dove. I have. So through the spirit, I need to be the one at the damn store. Go ahead.
God, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill.
That's what I'm saying, man. You gotta be wise to understand that. What I'll say when the Lord asked Satan, he said, Satan, where you been? He said, I've been down there walking around seeking whom I can devour. If you know Satan is down here devouring motherfuckers, snap into it. Do you want to be devoured? Right. Then you're gonna have to learn how to be wise as a serpent. You're gonna have to be harmless as a dove. You're gonna have to agree with thine adversary quickly. You're gonna have to wear your mask in the stove.
That's right, man. That's right.
Go ahead.
So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death, and if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently.
That's what I'm saying. Take away your life presently. If your life get taken away presently on some bull, how you gonna bring the word out? Because that's the preface.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jake like to act like they doing all this because of the word. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say agree with thine adversary quickly, but you don't do it, and then you end up getting jacked up. That's on you, bro. That's on you. You got to be smart enough to understand that. That's what I said, bro. The police, bro, you can see them red and blue lights behind you, and he ain't even pulling you over. He pulling over somebody in front of you. Right. But that feeling in your stomach, bro, you just want that shit to go away, bro. You know what I'm saying?
God.
But then you gonna bring that smoke? You know what I'm saying? You could be riding down this way going down the highway. Police going that way down the highway with his lights on. You turning your radio down and all this shit. Bro, you don't want them shoes. You know? You don't want them shoes. But that's what I'm saying. Why bring that trouble, though? You know? Why bring that trouble? If it happened, it happened. Then the Lord might deliver you if you play your cards right. But for you to bring that on yourself, that's a whole different thing, man. That could have been avoided.
That knowledge puffeth up and take you somewhere you ain't, bro. Don't do that.
Yeah, they thinking Psalms 23rd chapter applies to all that. You know, talking about the walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. They blow it completely out of proportion.
Yeah.
But it tells you in Romans 13, like what Bronson Paul read, there'll be a minister of good to those that are doing what they're supposed to do.
I was saying that. What Kadar read?
That's right.
Kadar, read that again, bro.
God. Back in Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill.
Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. You know what I'm saying? That's a heavy statement, man, because you can do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just like Debo. Like Debo in the hood. Bro, if you see Debo walking down this side of the street, you either gonna go in the house or you gonna go to the other side of the street. You just don't even want to deal with him. But you gotta be wise in ways of getting around him because the nigga always outside. Debo was always outside. You know what I'm saying? They showed him sleep for like, 2 seconds in the movie? And he was right back outside. Raising hell.
Ride his bike.
But that's what I'm saying. You gotta figure out how to maneuver through the society, man. Being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove is how you do that.
It's kind of like a superstar prize fighter, man. Like Floyd Mayweather. You know how stupid it would be for him to get into an altercation, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And plus he's disciplined.
Like his dumb ass daughter.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? She apparently didn't learn.
I would say y'all better be glad John Jones be so messed up, because if he get a hold of somebody in the club, you know what I'm saying? You better be glad he having a good ass time.
Another drink.
I'm telling you, bro. I am sorry. I did not know. Yo, you need to wear your belt in the club, brother.
Yeah. Back in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently.
I would say stay away from him, but if you do got to deal with him, deal wisely.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Because Jake gonna get reminded that we didn't come over here on the love boat.
That's right.
Like the apostle said years ago, man. You didn't come over here on the love boat, man.
Yeah.
You came in over here on cargo slave ships to serve captivity.
That's right.
To this day.
That's right.
Okay.
Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou
Remember that you're going in the midst of snares. It's traps set for you if you're in this truth, bro.
That's what side knowledge is.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
God. And that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. So, bro, you walking upon booby traps, baby.
Mines and
Yeah, mines. Yeah, you say yes. That claw. That what's that? That bear
claw.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Bear
goodness.
trap, yeah.
Oh, the bear trap. Oh,
You
bro.
know, you just gotta put your mind into it. Like if you're at war and you're on enemy territory, they can have booby traps set. So how are you walking, man?
Carefully.
Very, very, very carefully, man.
That's right.
Because at any time you can get your life snatched away from you, man.
There was this movie, I think it was about Desert Song or whatever, but you had these two soldiers that were lost in the desert, and one of the guys knew that they were in territory where there was landmines, but you can't see them, you know, they're under the sand or whatever. And the other dude is like, man, them landmines is old as fuck, you know, so you be good. And they walking, and then he's like, oh, fuck, and he's like, no, I don't think it'll blow up.
Shit.
I think it's already like past its due time or whatever. As soon as he steps out, boom.
I'm telling you.
Well, you ain't got time to do that.
That happened in the movie Pearl Harbor, man. They done dropped the damn missile down, and that mug was spinning. They like, the dude was like, he looked at it, he was like, oh man, he's like, oh man, it's a duck. Oh, talking about dude, that was the last scene in the movie.
D-U-D.
But that other guy, he knew, like,
And the other dude was like, run! Everybody's like, man, get out of there, run! He's like, nah, man, it's a duck. Wow. That was it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 14. As near as thou canst guess at thy neighbor, and consult with the wise. Let thy talk be with the wise, and all thy communication in the law of the Most High.
Man.
So you gotta we got a rule book, man. We got our guidelines, man. How about Shimei Ashak got his guidelines, man? Agree with thine adversary. CDC say wear this mask. Do it what? According to the scriptures, man. That's where everything stems from anyway, man. You know? People want to talk about the book of the law. All right, we understand agree with thine adversary, man. We need to go get groceries, Akian. Baba Kashah, wear your mask. And that was the spirit throughout the whole camp, man. You know, when brothers be chatting, you know what I'm saying? You know, we was like, the elder was like, you know, when time presents itself, Akian, we gonna do what they say. Right, simple as that. The apostles and elders, we all agreeing because we all on one accord, man.
Right. We wear the mask, right? We wear the mask as they say, but we understand that the mask ain't gonna save us.
Right.
We ain't wearing the mask because we over here, we worry. It's like, well, I don't matter if I don't wear the mask, and I'm bound. I want to catch it. No, we're wearing the mask because at the end of the day, if we gotta wear the mask and we still can come out here and do the work, we just do the work with the mask on, or whatever the case is, or whatever. All right, but you gotta roll with the spirit. That's the Most High put the spirit on him to say that.
That's right.
You know. Now, if he telling you now, okay, you gotta get this mask now. Everybody gotta get vaccines. You gotta get this chip. That's different. That's a totally different scenario.
That's right.
You know.
We're still in captivity.
Jake would be over righteous to look at the mask as if it's the chip. Oh, hell no. I ain't nothing. All right, get your mask on the back of that paddy wagon. Now you forced to wear a mask in the jail cell.
Now you hungry. Now
In
you
the
proud.
midst of
Now
the
you
physical
proud and
unit.
hungry. Yeah, now you proud and hungry.
Yeah, Judge
Man.
Dredd will get on
You
your
just have to
ass.
set it up to where he can consider you a terrorist or enemy of the state for not wearing a mask because you're prone to. They'll tell you, man, you maybe you got the virus, you spreading it to other people. You know, police all come up with some shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna continue. This is back in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 16. And let just men eat and drink with thee, and let thy glorying be in the fear of Yahweh.
Man, let thy glorying be in the fear of the Lord, man. Let thy glorying be in the fear of the Lord.
That's right.
That's heavy, man.
That's right.
That's heavy. But we understand what that means, man. You see? Read it again, Baba Kashaf. Come.
Verse 16. And let just men eat and drink with thee.
Just men. Let just men, righteous men eat with thee. Go ahead.
That's right. And let thy glorying be in the fear of Yahweh.
That's what I'm saying, man. And that's what we do, man. When we amongst each other, that's what the conversation is. I mean, we talk about a couple worldly things, but at the end of the day, that's after class. That's after, you know what I'm saying? It's a balance. You know what I'm saying? But we don't record it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's for us, man. Go ahead.
Verse 17. For the hand of the artificer, the work shall be commended. And the wise ruler of the people for his speech. Verse 18, last verse. A man of an ill tongue is dangerous in his city. And he that is rash in his talk shall be hated.
That's what I'm saying, man. Being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove don't match up to that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This right here is that dude that's gonna take his shirt off and talk about what he ain't gonna do, and I'm gonna and beat his chest and get jumped.
Pop Smoke.
You know what I'm saying? Just like old boy in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Bro, he tried to stand his ground. He tried to stand his ground, but he was on some nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he shouldn't even been at the hospital.
He called ambulance on himself.
You know what I'm saying?
Too much.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel good now.
Oh, Jake down here, right?
Yeah.
He called ambulance on
But that's what I'm
himself.
saying. But that's what not turning the other cheek. That's what not agreeing with your adversary. That's what that looked like. You know what I'm saying? Now see, the Lord put us in a position now to where we can heal each other. You know what I'm saying? Jake jump on the chat and just bust down his systems, and brothers come from all over the place. Hey, do this, and this. You got advice from everywhere just in the chat, full of physicians that care about your well-being, that actually want you to get better. You know what I'm saying? Versus going to the hospital, the world, it could go either way. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a situation where you got to go to the hospital, then cool. I'm gonna keep on saying this. I ain't tell you to put cayenne pepper on no bullet wound. Don't you do that shit. Jacob do that.
Right.
Like, no, bro. No. That's something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Broken bones and all that type of stuff.
You gotta go.
If you don't have a brother in the camp that can fix that, then it is what it is. You know? But at the end of the day, man, the Lord gonna put us in positions to where whether something good or bad happen, we gonna have an understanding and be able to move on. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be good or bad, as long as you got the understanding of the will of the Heavenly Father, you gonna be all right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Is it more?
That was the last
Anybody else got something?
I got one. Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 25. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil.
Man, be circumspect while you walk the straight gate.
Yeah, examine yourself while you're walking this path, man. Every day, just examine yourself, man. The light been lit up in your path for you to see it. This is the wisdom, so just walk. I know.
That's right. That's right.
Proverbs 4 chapter talks about the commandment being a lamp and
Right.
the wisdom being as light.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to use it to, you know, because you can link that with Proverbs 23rd. You know, you using this word and this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to light your way through this darkness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you don't gotta wait. You don't gotta wait until we're in the kingdom of heaven to utilize this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. You don't use it while you got it, man. Use it now. Use it now, because that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is gonna lead to your deliverance, man.
That's right.
Don't wait too late to use that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Jake want to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, with a missile right here. That ain't gonna get it, man. That ain't gonna get it, man. Do it now.
Right.
Do it now. I want to say the Spirit of the Lord is saying, snap it to it now. Right? Anybody else got anything? Right, with that, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakha Kodash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim teaching about the Mayim Wa Amak. That's in sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.